You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Believe in family. Believe in your fellow man. Believe in honesty and an honest day's work. We do.
Last ad.
Farm Bureau Insurance, Tennessee's insurance company.
This is Baseball VFL Cody Brown. Farm Bureau Insurance is the official insurance for Tennesseans. Believe in me for all of your insurance needs. Give me a call at 865-992-3871.
WKGN 1340. Go Balls!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. Russell Smith punching the time clock at 3:01 on a toasty Tuesday. Hope you're doing well.
It's a scorcher.
Yep, I went out to get my pre-show shots up today. It was
I watched you.
thick and muggy out there. I was
You didn't last very long.
I was shooting a good clip, man. I made about 10 to 12, got back in, working on the mid-range game a little bit. Yesterday I went out and it was fine. It was, I won't say it was cool, but it was nice out today.
I think it feels like triple digits. It's supposed to feel like over 100, like up to 115 today.
What? 115?
Well, that's what I saw. We're in the midst of a heat wave. It feels like 96 right now.
It's a lot.
UV index is very high.
Well, we are in it, boys. You know, I was thinking today, I saw some clip about Tennessee being in a top 25 somewhere for one of the polls out there, and it got me thinking, like, you know, everybody has their own welcome to football season moment, right?
Sure.
Like, you know, for some people, it's SEC Media Days. For some people, it's when the magazines come out. For some people, it's like, I don't know, when the actual games get here, right?
Right.
You know what it is for me? You know what? And I don't know why it's not really that important, but there's a certain like landmark to the lead up that just, for me, it's like, oh yeah, now it's football time. Now we're there.
The opening press conference?
No.
Huh.
No, nobody's going to get this. The AP top 25, when the AP or the coaches poll, like what the official polls come out, that to me is like, whoa, we're here now. It's football. And I don't know when those come out here in the next couple of weeks or so, but
They shouldn't come out for at least another couple of months.
no, you're right. You're right. Like it would be better if they didn't come out until we had a couple of games to go on and everything. But this is the system we've followed.
It was a long time ago, but
do you think when this march towards the professionalization of college football, do you think that we'll eventually get to a point if it does turn into an AFC, NFC thing and you have like champions qualify for playoffs? Do you think is there any way we'd ever get rid of top 25s in college sports?
No.
Nah, the APs, they aren't going to let go of that.
No, it's always like, it's just an automatic reads for them. Like those articles, it's one of the simplest things you can do, and it just gets read every single time.
Isn't it weird though that we don't do top 25s in pro sports? We don't do, like, no other country does there's no top 25 in soccer around the world or cricket or whatever. That is a uniquely
American
college sports thing.
Yeah, they don't really do it in the NFL. I guess they got the power.
They don't do it at all.
They got power rankings.
People do, but it's everybody has their power rankings. There's nothing official about it. Like the top 25 matters.
Yeah. And I hope that never changes. Like, you know, when we get to a 16-team playoff, like the top 25 is still going to matter. if they ever expand that to, God knows 32 teams, which I can't
No,
even
really,
imagine that happening.
It really shouldn't matter, Walker. It's bogus. You see it every year when you see how people vote. These guys vote based on petty differences.
Well, the preseason top 25 is always based on like last year and what we think is going to happen. And then you're reacting to that off the entire season.
Yeah. It's dumb. It's like the stupidest thing ever.
Yeah, but you like it, don't you?
Not until I see how everybody actually votes and you realize that people have access to grind, like that jerk in South Bend that got upset because somebody called him pasty. How are the Tennessee Twidiots supposed to know the guy was a melanoma survivor?
All right, well, let's not bury the lead here. Josh Heupel speaks to the media today, and he was in rare form.
It was perfect, Josh Heupel.
Josh Heupel opened up the cliche cannon today, and the platitudes were flowing like wine, man.
I caught an exasperated sigh.
It was, I think I have a clip of the Heupel sigh of exasperation in here.
Yeah, we got one of those today.
Yeah, I love that.
When they asked him about Boo playing offense. He's like, oh.
The Heupel sigh of exasperation, just like, I don't want to be here. Look, I'm not going to tell you all anything. You guys don't want to be here. You can watch this at home like I did. You can be at home like Russell Smith watching this on your armchair. What are you doing here? I'm not going to answer your questions.
It's an art form that he's mastered. No one says less with more than Josh Heupel. Of any coach I've almost ever seen.
Bill Belichick says hi.
In college.
Or Belichick every now and then will go into a dissertation on like the use of a fullback,
punters, lacrosse players.
Like he'll get really in depth. Like Heupel doesn't even do that. Like Heupel just does not want to talk to you about anything.
No.
All right. Asked about. He wasn't even asked. He hit it off at the head. Whatever I'm trying to say. He
led off the top.
Off the top. There you go. He
led off.
He rounded it off. He's
not a round off.
He stopped. What the hell am I trying to say? Here's Josh Heupel talking about Boo Carter.
I know at some point I'm going to get a question about Boo, so I'm going to address that right now. Boo is a part of our team here. There's some things that he's got to accomplish to get back on the field with us. Don't have a set timeline on that. Our leadership council has been a part of those things, those discussions with me and with Boo. I'm proud of what they've done. They care and love Boo and want him to be his best too. And through this, I think Boo sees that as well. And, at the end of the day, us collectively continuing to grow here through the course of training camp. I will be the one that will take questions on Boo. And that's today and here throughout the beginning part of training camp as well. But proud of how our team has handled those things, and ultimately we'll handle those things internally. I'm not going to get into details on everything.
Headed off at the pass.
Yeah.
That's the idiom I was looking for.
One of them.
All right, so Josh Heupel saying Boo Carter has not been kicked off the team, not getting into the specifics.
He's not back on the field yet, though.
Yeah, he's not saying he's suspended. He just said there's some stuff he's got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But he is with us, he's with them.
He's not the first Tennessee player going back probably 20-something years. Time to time we've had players that weren't off the team. They were with the team. They weren't on the field for different issues. James Banks. Who's some other guys?
Didn't Jawan Jennings go through some limbo?
Yeah, they tried to kick him off. Just because I will never understand that. Guy makes one simple video on Instagram where he told 100% complete truth, and then they tried to throw him off the team. He was the best quarterback on the team at that point in time.
Well, it worked out for him. Hopefully it works out for Boo Carter similarly.
I hope he sticks around for sure. So, I mean, who knows with that agent of his?
Yeah. Like I said, I look at this as kind of like a 1-year rental program. Hopefully we can get through it, but I would be stunned. I would be stunned, especially if the agent is as sketchy as it sounds. I feel like this probably runs its course after this season. They'll try and approach some crazy negotiation after the season, and Hype will be like, yeah, I think we're good here.
Yeah.
I think go sell crazy someplace else, pal. We're all filled up here. All right. So there you have it. Josh Heupel.
Is that the biggest news out of the press?
Yeah.
conference?
I mean, he really didn't have anything else. He did mention the status of Jamad McCoy Walker.
Yeah, he said there was, I think the other biggest thing about Jamad was that there's no timetable, he said, which, is not a promising thing to say. Like, when you say there's no timetable, does that mean he's not going to be ready for the start of the season? Does that mean, like, what does he have to do in training camp to be out there week 1 against Syracuse? And he did the Josh Heupel thing of basically saying not much at all to that point, but saying there's no timetable is a little alarming, meaning that his ACL might not be ready for the start of the season.
I'm not reading anything into it. Can't get this guy to commit to anything. I feel sorry for him.
Well, it just underscores the importance of getting Boo back into the fold. He's at least healthy. Say what you want about him. Like you can get him out there. You feel good about Jalen McMurray, who played here last year, and then Colton Hood, the transfer from Colorado, as being guys that can hopefully fill the gap until McCoy can get back to 100%.
I've got high hopes for I feel like Ricky Gibson. I expect him maybe not to be as good as McCoy, but I expect him to be pretty damn close, man.
Yeah.
He wasn't that far off of it last year.
No, he should be very good.
I picked a click last year as well.
One starter. Do you have picked a click this year?
I feel like it's coming up. It's getting to be about time. Got to give it a week or so.
About time. Okay. Joey Halsley, Tennessee's offensive coordinator, speaks to the media as well. I found this comment interesting. That's been the entire focus of the offseason, Halsley said. When teams are playing really soft coverage, dropping 8, how do we still generate explosive plays? We've made some changes.
Oh, my. Some new tricks out of the hat?
Oh, you got to, man. I mean, that's something that Heupel would never say. I feel like Halsley's a little bit of a loose cannon. He'll get up there and just say anything. He'll get up there and say all the things Heupel doesn't want out there, right?
Yeah, he'll say that, or he'll, make people anticipate stuff, maybe a little misdirection with the media. Heupel doesn't, he completely ignores the media. Feels like Halsley is the type of guy that could use the media as a tool to kind of make people think one thing and go the other direction.
I don't know. I don't know if he's that calculated. I just think that, Nico kind of hinted at this stuff back in the spring, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
He was saying that we had some new offense and new plays. I forget the exact terminology, but he seemed to hint that they were going to be doing some new things. And anybody who watched Tennessee last year knows that was the formula that, even NC State was trying to do it, and Nico threw an interception there, and they just weren't good enough. But like Oklahoma really showed it, and then that's what teams were doing. They were just dropping 8 and making us run the ball, and we could for a little bit, but eventually you'd have to throw it, and we struggled at times.
Yeah, and you just wonder, what is the next iteration of this moving at light speed Josh Heupel offense? You can only run RPO bubble screens, runs up the middle on second down so many times. And it worked the first couple years when you'd be able to catch guys running down the middle or up the seams wide open. And now people know that that's what we're trying to set up. So the next iteration would be, how can we set up new things off of those types of plays? Like, what kind of different running schemes can we use? What kind of different route trees can we use in an offense that moves so quickly?
Did you guys see what Dante Thornton said at Raiders camp?
No, I know he's showing out this week, though.
Did not.
So they were asking him about what it's like to play for Chip Kelly. And Dante said, quote, "I love it. I played against Kelly and the Buckeyes in my last college game in the first round of the playoffs, and they beat us bad. So being able to play in this offense, I see why they did that. That stings a little bit.
A little bit.
Well, now listen to this. This was the second quote of that. Quote, being in a more open offense, having more route concepts and different things like that. With me coming from my past offense, we didn't do too much of that. It was just an adjustment for me to make. Once I got the hang of it, it's been a lot easier for me.
I mean, that makes total and complete sense. I mean, when you think about the way Josh Heupel runs his offense, it's screens, hitch routes, and goes, and sometimes you're running a slant over the middle. There's not too much outside of that when you break it down. Like, those are the stuff that we use primarily because we move so fast and have to set all those plays up.
Well, I think that offense is supposed to be more complex when you go from college to the pros, right? It's supposed to get different.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be more intricate and more plays and all that stuff. But I mean, that is a common critic. You've heard coaches before say that, hey, that what Tennessee does is pretty simple. They just rely on the tempo and all that stuff. And I wonder, like, how much of whatever Brian Kelly is doing now with the Raiders was he doing last year at Ohio State? It sounds like they were a little bit more complex, but it's an interesting question to chew on. Does Tennessee need to evolve? You heard Joey Halsley saying we're doing some new things. Do you need to expand the playbook a little bit more? As is the word out on Tennessee and Josh Heupel's offense? And is there a book out on how to defend it? And if so, how do you grow? How do you evolve if you're Josh Heupel? It's going to be a fascinating thing to watch play out here over the next couple of seasons. Can't believe we're already going into year 5 of Heupel.
Mm-hmm.
It's flown by, man.
Yeah, it has.
3 years of cornbread.
Yeah.
And we're already in year 5 of hype.
Cornbread.
I was thinking about that over the weekend. So I saw something where it said heading into his 5th year. And so it's been 8 years since.
Time flies when you're not sucking.
Yeah. You're winning championships and making the playoffs, and everything's going good.
Coming up, Blake Topmeyer of USA Today joins the festivities. Don't forget, hour number 3, it's the return of What You Talking About. Your first chance to play. Your first chance to win. We had a exciting exhibition. It was good to knock the rust off yesterday. Bob Baskerville has been a little bit annoying from what I hear. He's been pounding his chest, walking around with
head on a swivel. That's my advice to him right now. Head on a swivel.
An air of confidence and, dare I say, supremacy.
Yeah.
That is a little bit off-putting to some here at Fan Run Central.
Pride goeth before the fall.
Well, he might just quit. He might just retire undefeated. That would be my advice to him.
He's extending. He's gone nuts.
Throwing out challenges now.
Yeah.
All right, stay with us. The drive continues. We'll talk to Topmeyer coming up, and then we'll open it up for your phone calls. Fan Run Radio, Tuesday afternoon edition of the show, and we're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Barley's has live music on weekends.
with us to help kick things off. Good afternoon, Blake. How are you, sir?
Doing well, you guys?
Hey, doing very well. We're excited about training camp opening up tomorrow for Josh Heupel and the Vols. Hard to believe it's already year 5 for Josh Heupel here in East Tennessee. I guess time flies when you're not becoming a laughingstock in college football anymore. Blake, we were talking before we got you on here. Everybody has their own sign of when it gets real for college football. For some, it's media days. For some, it's the opening of camp. For some, it's just they wait till the day the games start, the first opening week or so. For me, it is when the real polls, the AP, the coaches poll come out. That always gets my attention. Is wow, okay, here we go. It's college football time. Do you have a landmark like that for you that just goes, oh, we're out of talking season, now it's getting real?
Yeah, you kind of stole my answer there because
Okay.
I agree with you. It's when the polls come out. So that early August window, everybody likes to complain about the polls and why do we need these and does it influence the playoff process, all that type of stuff. But I think it's one of the things that we like about college football. Now, we like to complain about it, sure, as fans, but I think, if you remove all those things that differentiate college football from the NFL, what are you left with? I mean, you're sort of left with AAA football, which I don't think any of us who love college football feel like it is, but part of that is because some of the uniqueness around the sport that makes it so different from the NFL. For all the controversy that sometimes the polls stir up, I do think that there's more. They still provide some value, even though they don't mean as much as they used to now that we have a playoff in the mix. It's not like the sports writers and the coaches poll are determining the national champion anymore. It still, encourages dialogue, encourages debate, stirs up some controversy. To me, that's when the season starts to feel real.
Blake Topmeyer, USA Today, with us this afternoon on the show. And Blake, I don't know how closely you've been following the Boo Carter saga from where you sit, but it's been a hot topic of conversation the past week or so here in Knoxville. And this basically these holdout situations that Tennessee has had with Nico and now Boo Carter. I know we're pretty myopic sometimes when it comes to covering our own beats here, and it seems like this is two instances in less than a year of Josh Heupel having to deal with this. Is this happening elsewhere across the country, or is this a Tennessee-centric phenomenon so far?
Yeah, I don't think there's been as another case like Nico where we're talking about a high-profile player, the holdout becoming public, everything coming to a head and the parties choosing to go their separate ways. I suspect there's probably more Boo Carter situations out there than maybe we realize. One of the things about, and you guys know this, and I know it from my years covering Tennessee on the beat as well. I always, if people from outside ask me what's it like covering Tennessee? I said it's what I would imagine covering the Yankees would be like in New York, because and I'm not saying the Vols are the Yankees, but what I'm saying is to the state of Tennessee, the Vols are the Yankees, right? And there's no stone left unturned. And that's good. I think ultimately you would rather have that than be in an information desert and not knowing anything about what's going on for your team. But what that means is situations like this, they don't fly under the radar. They definitely get magnified, not only in East Tennessee, but I think throughout the entire state. But yeah, I think the Nico thing was unique. I do think players are kind of leveraging for a raise behind the scenes, like a lot of us do sometimes with our employers. But a lot of times, not just in our business, but I think in the college football business, most of that is done behind the scenes and it never leaks out into public. Whereas the Nico deal spilled out and became very public and became sort of this uncomfortable parting of ways in the end. I think that situation was pretty unique to Tennessee.
Well, I think in pro ball, you have contracts, right? And guys hold out.
Yeah.
We're seeing it now in the NFL. Juwan Jennings threatened to hold out, and but usually once you sign that contract, Blake, if it's a 4-year contract, you're good at least for the first 3 years, and then maybe you enter into some sort of negotiation phase after that. And it just seems like there's no length on college contracts if there are such things right now, and you have guys going to the coaching staff for a raise after the season, and then before spring practice, and then before fall camp. And I don't know. Do you think that the new CSC, the guardrails that they're trying to establish on NIL, the revenue sharing, do you think any of that will be effective in trying to limit some of this stuff, or do you think that this is just how it's going to be for a while?
This is going to be how it's going to be until the NCAA perhaps one day pursues collective bargaining with the athletes. And as long as the NCAA digs in its heels and says we're not interested in collective bargaining, I don't. The House settlement and the quote unquote guardrails that put in place. I mean, we're already seeing those guardrails are made of paper mache. They're flippant. They're meaningless. Doesn't matter. So. Until you go down the road of either a CBA, which we're nowhere close to, or B, federal legislation from Congress, not an executive order, not to have a poli-sci 101 here, but federal legislation from Congress would carry much more legal weight than an executive order. An executive order is not law. Legislation from Congress is law. So in the absence of either a CBA or legislation from Congress, then I expect the status quo, by and large, to continue. Everybody asks, why doesn't the NFL deal with these problems? The NFL doesn't deal with these problems because it engages in a good faith collective bargaining agreement between the parties, and they agree. And you can't do this type of stuff because all parties come to the table and agree on what you can do, what you can't do. And it sounds like an oversimplification, but that's kind of what it is. And you don't have that in college sports. And so there really are no rules. And if you try to create rules, now you get dragged into court. And time again, at least in the last few years, the NCAA has repeatedly gotten trounced in court. And so, yeah, I think if the CSC were to try to crack down on fair market value of NIL deals, or were try to kneecap NIL collectives as they made a tepid effort to do in the opening weeks, I don't think that's going to pass legal muster. So no, I don't see any insight into this. But to kind of circle back to your original point, like with Boo Carter, and you guys may know more about this than I do. I've just been following the headlines. You guys are in the thick of it. What is the upside at this point of holding out, right? I mean, it's not like if he doesn't get what he wants, he can't show up on Georgia's roster a week from now, right? I understand the leveraging that goes on around the December transfer period and the April transfer period. But if a guy's holding out or not doing what he's supposed to do and thinking he's going to get a pay raise in August, that to me seems incredibly foolish, and I don't really see the upside for the player to that. I do think players have great leverage, more power than ever, but that leverage is greatest in December, and it's second greatest in April. And I don't really know what leverage you have at this point as a player. I think you've kind of passed that by.
Yeah, I don't think it's the most well thought out strategy, but I also think that's the thing that's kind of insidious about it is. Your leverage is A, the team needs me. I'm a good player. And then B, it's because of the fact that I can't go anywhere else and there's no transfer window open. It's okay, if I am going to play, are you really getting my best? Am I going to be disgruntled? Am I going to be a cancer in the locker room? And that's a lot for a coach to deal with. If you're Josh Heupel, you don't want a guy that doesn't want to be there and might be. You saw Mike Loxley at Media Days, Big Ten Media Days last week say, hey, I lost my team because of that same thing last year where, the locker room was toxic.
No, absolutely. And I think, that's why I still feel like situations like this are in the minority. I think your teammates probably don't have a huge stomach for this. Right. And it's, it's uncomfortable to see, but I do think, and this is a very weak silver lining, but I do think college athletes are learning some real world lessons. I think as they go throughout this process, and I mean, let's jump ahead here and say if Boo Carter, hypothetical, were cut from the team, well, then he would learn if you don't show up to work, you don't get paid. I mean, that's the bottom line, right? Now, would that hurt Tennessee? I'm sure it would, but I think to your point, you do have to decide as a coach, like, is it even more detrimental to your team to cave and then have a guy who's a locker room cancer or really doesn't want to be there in the first place, holding a key role on your team? Now, I think the situation was different with Nico, right? As I understand it, that was a situation that was kind of unfolding for several months. And then we do get to the April portal period. I know Tennessee fans aren't happy with the way it wound up, or maybe they've moved on. I don't know. But by and large, I think it's hard to argue that Tennessee improved its situation by how that unfolded. But again, that was during a transfer window, ultimately, that player and team kind of had a parting of ways. For this to happen now, I agree with you. It's a really tough spot for a coach to be in. And ultimately, I think you do have to question what the value is of kind of messing around with one player here who's not your star quarterback and is trying to kind of put you over a barrel this close to the season.
Blake Tutmeyer, USA Today, with us this afternoon. And Blake, much lighter news here. You guys ranked the top 25 toughest stadiums to play in college football with your colleagues over at USA Today. Y'all had Tiger Stadium number 1. What were the major debates internally at USA Today, or just for yourself when you were ranking your stadiums?
Yeah, so we did this in a very presidential voting style process. Everybody who got a ballot got the ballot. You got to submit it privately to the person that tabulated the results, your 1 through 25, and you could kind of do it how you saw fit. So I can't speak for others, but how I did it, I mean, I looked at a number of things, like one, stadium reputation, noise, the intimidation factor, but also how does a team perform at home versus on the road? I mean, I had Bryant-Denny Stadium in my top 10 at Alabama, and that's where they wound up, I think, number 8 overall. But I think it is a tough venue to play in. Is it the loudest stadium in the conference? It's not. I think Alabama fans were a little spoiled during the Nick Saban era, and that stadium, consequentially wasn't quite as loud as some others because I don't think fans felt like they had to be quite as loud. But Alabama has been incredibly dominant there, even more so than they've been on the road. They've been incredibly dominant at home, over the past 20, 25 years. So to me, they deserved a spot inside the top 10. But I had the Swamp at Florida very high on my list. The Swamp checked in at number 9 overall. I think the definition of home field advantage at times is when your team is mediocre, are they still tough to beat at home? And I think Tennessee more than anybody else can attest that even when Florida's mediocre, it's still tough to win in the Swamp.
Yes.
I mean, the Swamp's been a house of horrors for the Vols for 3 decades now, right? I mean, ask Lane Kiffin and Brian Kelly what it's like to win in the Swamp against a mediocre Florida team. That didn't go so well for either one of them last year. So for me, Florida's that school where even though the program has kind of been up and down since Urban Meyer, teams are winning a little more often in the Swamp than they were in the 90s, when Steve Spurrier had it humming, but it's still really hard to beat even a mediocre Florida team in the Swamp. So that sort of factored in as well. Neyland Stadium, I had them, I believe, number 5 on my personal ballot. They checked in at number 6 overall. So don't have, much argument with that. Really, I probably wouldn't have changed too much about this top 10. A lot of it are the stadiums I voted for. I did have some, some a little higher, some a little lower. But I thought it came out about where I would have it. I think our stadiums from the SEC in the top 10. Tiger Stadium was at number 1. Neyland was in the top 10. Bryant-Denny, Sanford Stadium in Georgia in the top 10, and the Swamp and Kyle Field were in the top 10. I mean, those are all great venues, loud venues, hostile venues. For me, the three toughest venues in the SEC, and I did a separate SEC list about a month ago. I think the three toughest venues in the SEC are some ordering of the Swamp, Tiger Stadium, and Neyland Stadium. I think those are the three toughest venues in the conference. People talk about LSU all the time. Is it number one? Is it not? I think if it's at night,
Yes.
if we're just talking night games, there's no question. It's LSU. I've been to some day games at LSU where it can be a little bit of a sleepy crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So I could hear some debates about should LSU be number one or not. They finished number one in our collective balloting. But overall, like I said, inside the SEC, I think the conversation starts with those three stadiums, some ordering of LSU, the Swamp, and Neyland Stadium.
Blake, last thing we'll let you run is talk about home field advantage in Tennessee. If all goes according to plan, should be 2-0 heading into a big week 3 matchup with Georgia at Neyland Stadium, 3:30 p.m. kickoff. So many unknowns, obviously, with Tennessee and the quarterback situation. But what are your early thoughts on Tennessee's chances to finally get the monkey off its back against Georgia and establish some early season momentum and kind of flip the narrative a little bit with a big win over the Dogs at home?
Yeah, I mean, that would send a message, wouldn't it? And they're playing in the right spot. I mean, Tennessee has been so tough at Neyland since Josh Heupel got there. I mean, really kind of what we were talking about before. That, if I would have turned in a ballot on toughest stadiums 5 years ago, I don't know that I would have had Neyland so high, because they were, it had lost a little bit of its punch, as you would expect, in some down years for the program, but it has come roaring back. So you're getting the game where you want it. But, well, I don't know. I mean, Georgia, you want to, with the quarterback situation there, it's like, are they vulnerable with Gunnar Stockton? He looked okay at the end of last season, but he didn't look like, I didn't see him and think that's a guy Georgia's going to win the national championship with next season. But Kirby Smart has started to build like that Nick Saban factor where in the preseason, we just go ahead and pencil them in at preseason number 1, 2, 3, or 4 and think Kirby's got to go in there. They're not going to slip much further than that. And I have to admit, I'm kind of falling into that camp. I mean, for the questions I have at Georgia, particularly around their quarterback spot, I just think Kirby's proven over a long enough period of time now that they're going to be a tough out. And I know elsewhere on the roster, they're pretty loaded. So yeah, I mean, that's going to be the litmus test game for Tennessee. But I actually think that one's huge. But if Tennessee doesn't win that game, that's not going to be the game that keeps them out of the college football playoff, right? It's going to be, that would be a huge win, be a huge resume builder. But what's going to separate Tennessee from being a playoff team or not are some games later in the season, including that trip to the Swamp, later in the year. I mean, that to me is as big a game as any on Tennessee's schedule, because it is a favorable schedule toward playoff contention. But I think being back in that playoff for second year in a row requires wins like winning in Gainesville, I would think.
Blake, always fun talking to you, my man. Appreciate the time. And hey, those AP and coaches polls will be out before you know it.
Yeah, sounds good. Good catching up with you guys.
Thank you. Blake Topmeyer, USA Today college football columnist at B. Topmeyer on the X Machine. Fascinating conversation there at the stadiums, and what a big matchup for Tennessee and Georgia. You talk about an opportunity. You talk about Tennessee's quarterback problem. What about Georgia's quarterback issues? I don't know about you guys. There's a lot of quarterbacks around. There's just a lot of hype around a lot of quarterbacks, and somebody will be good somewhere. There's going to be good quarterback play in college football. But, I mean, for all the guys that I am not sold on, we've talked about Lagway. We've talked about Sellers. I mean, Gunnar Stockton, we have not seen a ton out of him so far, but we'll talk about it when we continue. Stay with us. The Drive, 865-966-3435. You want to chime in, give us a call, give us a text, 966-3435. Back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run.
Hey, coming up a week from tomorrow, it is the second annual Fan Run Night at Smokies Baseball in the new Covenant Health Park. Really excited to be back down there. We got a whole section all to ourselves. So all our listeners, friends, family, come on out to the ballpark next week and enjoy Fan Run Night with us. We got some fun games and giveaways, all that good stuff. And we'll be broadcasting live down there before the game. Your chance to come out and get a ticket. We'll be live a week from today at Matlock Tire in Farragut on Kingston Pike. And we'll have free Smokies tickets there. So if you want to get into Fan Run Night next week for free, we get you a free ticket. Just come on by, see us, let us know you're listening to Fan Run Radio next week, and we'll hook you up again. That's Tuesday at Matlock Tire and Auto Service on Kingston Pike in Farragut. 865-966-3435, your number to get on the show this afternoon. Man, I'll tell you what.
What's that?
10-year-old Russell is reeling.
Wow.
All the celebrity deaths last week.
Have there been more?
None of them hit me as hard as Ryan Sandberg last night.
Yeah, I figured that would.
That just hit me like a ton. Like
hit me as well, man.
I teared up on the couch. I didn't sob or anything, but I teared up a little bit on the couch. I was like, oh my God. Like,
legend.
It's
a big part of our childhood.
Yeah, man.
WGN.
Yeah, and he like back in the 80s, I was a Cubs fan before I was a Braves fan. Like you would come home from school and the Cubs and Harry Carey were on WGN and Rhino and Gracie and Dunston and
they
Hawk.
didn't have lights. Remember they never.
They
didn't play night games in Chicago.
I mean, and I would just watch those games all the time. And Sandberg was he was the man.
Yeah,
freaking Rhino.
Yeah.
And that's just
gone
God.
way too soon. 65.
What a gamer, man. And just a time where there are so many knuckleheads out there, so many guys who do it the wrong way, so many guys it's me. Even my guy Acuna. I love him. He's a phenomenal talent, modern day Roberto Clemente. But like he hits that home run. He hit a home run last night, like 400 billion feet. He's flipping the bat right in the Royals dugout. He's doing the grenade toss.
That's not very Clemente like there.
Yeah, all the stuff, man. And it's just like, dude, come on. But have you seen some of the Rhino quotes that are going around today about?
No.
Oh, dude. He was just like, you got to have respect for the game, act like you've been there, play it the right way, honor the game. Just old school stuff, man.
Yeah. These times aren't like that anymore. You got major stars cussing out the commissioner.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, how tone deaf and just oblivious to regular.
That's our boy's boy.
To be. Oh, Tony V?
That's Vitello's boy, Bryce Harper.
Well, I mean, I love Tony V. He might want to be a good friend to him and pull him aside and say, hey, look, man, that's a really bad look.
Oh, yeah, because if there's one thing we know about Tony Vitello, he's always telling guys to tone it down. Don't use that kind of language, Bryce.
Well, I mean, it's not about the language and everything. It's just you're an idiot. It's literally going to kill Major League Baseball. There's like 3 or 4 competitive teams, right? 70% of the league can't compete with the 30%.
That's mighty nice of you as a Yankees fan to say that.
It's true.
I'm proud of you, Bear.
We don't have the highest payroll.
Well,
Dodgers and the Mets, the Red Sox.
You guys are right
the
there.
Red Sox.
They're very, very high up there.
You guys are right there. You're top 3.
Well,
have had the highest payroll in 85%, if not more, in every season of baseball.
That's rectally derived. It's
probably low.
That's probably on the lower side.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you do some research before you start shooting off your mouth, youngin?
We do our research. Have you done your research?
Ryan Sandberg, rest in peace, man. What a legend.
Mm-hmm.
DR Vol is up first today on the drive. What's up, DR?
What's going on, guys? Russ, I messaged you yesterday, and I'll say it again. Happy belated birthday. I felt bad for not saying it to you. Besides,
I was pretty offended, honestly, DR, and better late than never, I suppose.
Well, that's true. And, speaking of being offended, besides the incident with caller Jay, I really can't say anything bad about you.
Well, I can't respond here the way I did to him.
He kept interrupting him in his defense, DR.
But okay, see, I'm going through because I'm telling you, like there are VRs that deserve radio awards. What VR was that? Because I'm about to re-listen to Shiano Sunday, and what was the one where Russ went off on Jay? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
It had to be during the 2020 season because I remember I was at home.
I thought we were at the studio. At the
No,
bomb
I was.
shelter.
I remember it vividly. I was at home. It was dark. I was in a bad place. I was in a bad mood. I've been in radio for over 20 years, hosting this show for 15 years. I've lost my patience, lost my cool a handful of times. Never like that. I've never cussed out a caller live on the air. That was
You've done it over the phone.
that was a low point.
I've never done that.
That was a low point.
I almost like I'm now that I think about it, I wonder if it was the Arkansas game because the Arkansas game was one where I was really worried that Tennessee was going to win, and that is a low point as a fan.
It might have been.
I did not want us to win.
I remember it was late at night, and it was probably Arkansas, Auburn. We played them at night that year on the road, so it was one of those.
I blocked out most of that season.
See, I'm going to go back and re-listen to those, and I love the A&M one because it was more so about what Trey Wallace had Chernobyl, with his report.
Cornbread.
I've got to get all these in. Great radio guy.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, we're excited to do it again this year, man, and hopefully, I mean those first couple of years, voluntary reaction were rough times, but the past couple of years have been a lot more fun. So hopefully we'll have more Keg of Glory than Keg of Despair editions this year.
See, I think that's in the eye of the beholder because I remember that 2020 year. I would get more excited about y'all's voluntary reactions in the actual game. And I remember making that statement on voluntary reaction and on 3 and Out. I was more of a fan than a Tennessee fan that year. Which last year now, we did have Cosmo Kramer and then Ashley Schaefer Vol when he said he hated the fan base and, a few other words I can't use on radio.
It was definitely a loser situation that night.
Yeah. It was all the time. But anyway, excuse me. So this year, Joey Aguilar, he's an opportunity to be like Dalton Connect, come in 1 year wonder. What do y'all want the most personally, and what would be best for our program? A win at the Swamp, at Bama, or at home versus Georgia? Personally, and program.
If you can only win one of those, what's best for what do you want most, and then B, what's best for the program?
Yes, you can only pick one.
Oh man, as Josh Heupel would say,
Georgia at home.
Is it both?
Yeah. We need to beat Georgia.
You might be right. You might be right. Because here's the thing, we're
holding our own against Bama.
We've lost at Florida and Alabama so much that it wouldn't hurt that much. But think about this. If you start the season 3-0, 4, whatever that turns into, and then you end up losing to a crummy Florida team on the road that's probably going to get their coach fired, you know how disappointing that would be?
Yeah.
That would be brutal.
That's not personally, I got to go with at the Swamp. Honestly, I think Georgia wins is best. But then you look at the Alabama angle, you've beaten them 3 out of the last 4.
Because if you hold serve, if you beat Oklahoma and you don't stub your toe against State or Arkansas or anything like that, and you go 10-2 and your 2 losses are to Georgia and Alabama, guess what?
Back in the playoffs.
You're right back in the playoff. I think you've sold me.
And you've won at the Swamp. Yeah.
I think you've sold
me.
I
think that's what I want.
I think if we beat Alabama in Titletown, I mean, they might fire him. Not just at the end of that game, but that would be a sign that things are going really, really wrong.
It's always Florida, isn't it, DR?
Go Gator.
It's always them, Russ. They're what's led to some awful thoughts in my head over the years. And I think for me, it's Florida as a fan. I don't know. That may be a good question for the field. Before I get off here, Russ, I finally ate at Andy's custard. I had the key lime pie concrete. They put a whole piece of key lime pie in it. Rock my world. Incredible.
Barf.
At where now?
Andy's custard.
Andy's.
The key lime pie custard.
Oh my God.
I've seen that. That's good.
Oh, and it's seasonal. You got to get it. I was looking at the menu. I thought, you know what? And goes with the show. Anytime I see key lime, in my head is Russell Smith, key lime pie, and then I hear Everything Is Awesome song, and like a schizophrenic. Shout out to y'all, but yeah, you got to get it, man. Some of the best ice cream I've had. And Barry, I knew you wouldn't like that, but I mean, look at your stance on a lot of things. But guys, I'll hang up and listen.
Thank you, DR. Appreciate the phone call.
Thank you. I thought you were. I think you're a nice guy and good buddy of mine. We can look at that.
What that has to do with anything. Quick timeout. Hour number 2 of the drive coming up on many of these fan-run affiliates. Stay with us.
The Drive.
Only 3 homestands remaining to see your Knoxville.
$5% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the drive underway, and it starts with the top 4 at 4. Walker Smith, what do you got?
Thank you. One day out from fall training camp, Josh Heupel addressed the media today about the recent Boo Carter drama. He said, quote, Boo is a part of our team here. There's some things that he's got accomplished to get back on the field with us. There's no time set. There's no timeline set for that. Our leadership council has been a part of those things, and those discussions are with me and Boo.
Boo lives.
He lives. No chopping block for him. Not this time.
Not yet, anyway.
At least, hopefully not this season at this point.
You think, is there like a first game suspension? You think?
No, I think it sounds like it's just something he's got to do internally. I don't think it's going to involve. You ain't suspending him for that first game.
We'll see. I mean,
no way.
James Pierce had the you didn't start thing going on.
I really think he's going to be the starter at nickel or star, whatever. What do we call it? Star.
The star.
I find it interesting. They asked him follow-ups about whether or not he's going to play offense.
That was when we got the.
He did the whole that. Yeah, we'll just completely obfuscated. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Just as we go through things here, doing what's best for our football team.
Did our boy Sparks get him today? Adam?
I mean, Heupel was on his game, man. He did not give up anything. Nothing of consequence. Other than the Boo clip that we already played. I mean, there was.
I mean, he didn't have a choice on that.
Not much.
He had to say something.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Bear.
I was just going to say, I wonder who there's a couple of defensive players that didn't want him back on the team. And some of the coaches.
Yeah,
too,
and if it's people on your leadership councils, he calls it, you kind of have to appease them, right? I mean, you got to get them in a room and say, look, we're into this dude for a lot of money. we kind of need him. Like, we're not getting that $1 million or whatever we're paying him back.
No,
at this point. What do we need out of him for you guys to be okay with him being on the team? And then he's got to check all those boxes. And if he doesn't check all those boxes, then maybe you do have to eat that money that you've invested in him and kick him off.
It's the leadership council that sounds very Butchian to me.
Every team has that.
Yeah.
Like the dozen or so most trusted guys on the team.
Yeah.
Kind of whip the others into shape.
Yeah, and it feels like Heupel wants Boo to prove himself to them more than anyone else, and that's all going to come in fall camp. Like, I don't know how many hoops they're going to have him jumping through over the next couple weeks, especially when pads get put on. Like, I guarantee you, he's probably going to take a couple of extra hits in practice in those open sessions, and they're going to see how he reacts and what his attitude's going to be throughout these next couple weeks, and that's going to dictate whether he's on the field for that first week or not.
Yep.
At number 2, Heupel said earlier today that there is, quote, no timetable on the return of Jermod McCoy after his ACL injury. He said, quote, there are benchmark things that he's got to accomplish within our training room to move on to the next phase of it. He's handled it really well from the very beginning.
Pretty vague.
No timetable feels a little alarming.
No.
To me,
none of these guys say anything about anything. He's probably doing jumping jacks right now.
Do you think Jermod McCoy plays against Syracuse?
No.
Do you think Jermod McCoy plays against Georgia?
Yes.
Yeah. I think Georgia is the line. But, I mean, even still, I could expect him not to play against Syracuse. But when I see him not playing against Syracuse, I'm still going to be worried. Like, okay, if he's not playing now, like, the season started. Like, how much more of a recovery can you get and get comfortable with it?
And, if I were his agent, not a Tennessee fan, but his agent or his family, I would be advising him in a contract year and your draft year. It's like, dude, don't rush back.
Come back when you're 100%.
Like, I know you want to be there for your teammates and you want to play against Georgia and everything, but don't rush back and, not miss the first 2 games and then go out there for your first game back from ACL against friggin' Georgia and you're 80%, like wait till you're 100%. And
For sure.
if that means you miss a big chunk of the season, like I'm guessing that's the advice he's getting from his representation. And if you're Heupel, you want him back, but you can pressure him, but not too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more that goes into this for him than just this upcoming season, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
At number 3, Browns co-owner Jimmy Haslam on Tuesday dismissed speculation that he is eyeing Texas quarterback Arch Manning in the 2026 NFL Draft. Haslam is a Tennessee alumnus who has a strong relationship with the Manning family. The Browns have 2 first-round picks in next year's draft when Arch will be eligible.
I mean, unless he's picking first again, I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on what Arch does. I mean,
that seems like the kind of dumb thing Jimmy Haslam would do is just go ahead and tank the season to try and get Arch
after drafting 2 quarterbacks the year
then
before.
Arch, like either A, isn't very good, or B, comes senior year, whatever it would end up being. Is this his junior year, Arch?
Yeah, junior year.
It's his 3rd year.
Yeah, that's his junior year.
No, I mean, he could be a red shirt.
Yeah.
He's a red shirt sophomore.
Yeah, he might be.
Did he red shirt his first year?
He played, I think, but he might not have played in the full 5 games that it takes to earn a letter for that year.
I'm not sure. But, I mean, it's not even a slam dunk that Arch is the number 1 pick in the draft.
That's what I'm saying.
With Garrett Nussmeier is probably going to be the number 1 pick unless LSU absolutely collapses because Nussmeier is the NFL quarterback that guys look at. I mean, so who knows where Arch's mocks are going to be and where he's going to end up at.
Maybe they'll tank for Joey Jaguar.
They could. He's draft eligible. And at number 4, Ryan Sandberg, a Hall of Fame second baseman who became one of baseball's best all-around players while starring for the Chicago Cubs, died Monday at the age of 65. Sandberg announced on January 2024 that he had been diagnosed with metastatic prostate cancer. He announced this month that he was still fighting while, quote, looking forward to making the most of every day with my loving family and friends.
So sad.
Truly.
Did you see the video the Cubs put out this morning?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Just a really great tribute.
Be careful. Be careful to get dusty in the room.
Yeah. Well, like I don't know if I didn't really watch him. I know about him. I didn't grow up watching him play or anything like that, so I haven't really gotten to that point. But I mean, these are the types of guys that they're just legends, and when they pass, like everyone feels it. Every part of baseball feels it.
One of the first times I ever got to go to a sporting event and sit up close was in the mid-90s. My dad took us down to Atlanta, Fulton County we went to all 3 games of a Cubs and Braves series.
Mm-hmm.
And for one of the games, we were sitting maybe like 4 or 5 rows back in between the Cubs dugout and home plate. And so I got to see I've got a picture somewhere of Rhino from 20 feet away.
So cool.
Mark Grace and all those guys.
I'd forgotten that he managed the Smokies.
Yeah. About 2010 or so, and
Yeah.
he was manager in the Cubs organization. Never got to manage the Cubs, right?
I don't believe so.
He managed the Phillies, I think, for a couple of years.
He
was drafted by the Phillies.
Yeah, I don't know where I'll get back to you on where he managed at in just a second. I believe, it was the Phillies. Yeah, he was the Phillies manager.
Thank you, Walker. That is the top 4 at 4. We head to the breaking news desk for the first time this afternoon on the program. According to People magazine, Pamela Anderson is dating Naked Gun co-star Liam Neeson.
About the same age. What do you think about her? She doesn't wear makeup anymore.
She should wear makeup.
She wants to look her age.
Liam Neeson is 73. Pam Anderson is 58.
Is she that young?
58 young, yeah. If you consider that young.
Well, when you compare it to 73, it's pretty young.
Well, all I know is to young teenage full of hormones, Russ, Pam Anderson bouncing along that beach in that orange bathing suit.
Red.
I thought it was orange.
It's red. The lifeguard suit.
That was a revelation.
Did you watch the home movie she made with her ex-husband?
I need to go look at the film.
No comment. I might have seen a couple of films of hers online, specific scenes.
Okay.
Might have a magazine hidden away somewhere.
Really?
I don't know. I have to go back and check. But yeah.
Is it in your parents' garage or your house?
It's a good question, Bear. Might have lost track over the years.
Your mom's got all your trophies.
You see, Walker, Playboy was what dudes like me and Bear looked at before smartphones were a thing.
I'm well aware of Playboy.
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah, funny thing. I was with my friends the other weekend and I showed up. They had been hanging out all day and they were recovering from the night before. And I walk in and they're watching the old Playboy Mansion show with everything that was going on there. And it was the first time I had seen that. And I
don't think I've ever seen that.
The Playboy Mansion show.
Like with Sammy Davis Jr. and like the Rat Pack and all those guys. Like back.
Were they in the grotto?
It's like back in the 60s. It's a good place to pick up a
It
staff
wasn't
infection.
60s. I don't know the whole details. I just know that that's what it was. And it was a show about like all of these girls around the guy who owns Playboy and like them trying to get their way on.
Wait a minute. You're not talking about, what was that show where Hugh Hefner, he had the 3 girlfriends? It was like on E all the time, like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I think that's the show.
That's what you were, where he just had the 3 blondes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're talking about that being old. What I thought he was talking about was back in the 60s.
I was say 60s did not fit.
It was like grainy footage.
Yeah.
Black
It's
and
actually,
white
it's not
footage.
that bad.
The Girls Next Door.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Hugh Hefner is the guy that owned
everybody used to
Playboy's
watch
name.
that.
Yeah.
He was
forgot his
ancient
name.
and decrepit then.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
dead, right? Hugh
Oh,
Hefner died.
Yeah.
He was half dead during that.
Newport.
He's like walking around in his robe.
Yeah, he was kind of a nasty dude.
Those chicks were like in their early 20s. You think I'd take one of the blue pills tonight? Bill on the Twitter machine says, nothing wrong with cussing out Rob Manfred. I've cussed that rat bastard out many times on Twitter. He's an ass clown. When he took the All-Star game away from Atlanta under bogus pretense after the Braves had won the World Series, he lost me, among other dumbass things he's done. Kudos to Bryce Harper for doing it face-to-face.
I'm not white knighting for anybody making $300 million.
When I look at it and everything that happened, like, I'm not the biggest Rob Manfred fan. Like, he's done some really good stuff for baseball, but also whenever he opens his mouth, he kind of, struggles to say things that make people like him. But when you look at what this is a precursor to, and that we are 100% going to have a lockout in 2027,
yeah,
it just sucks because like it's going to be a contention point. Should there be a salary cap?
If they're going to the mats over a salary cap, there's a lot of people who think there won't be a 2027 Major League Baseball season.
Yeah, and that's what this is a precursor to.
I mean, you talk about, getting in the Wayback Machine. Baseball never fully recovered from the 1994 players' strike. And they canceled the World Series in 94.
They let everybody do roids and everything else trying to get people back.
And it was never the same as it was before. The baseball prior to 1994 still rivaled the NFL as the biggest sport in America.
America's pastime, man.
And that was a line of demarcation, and the NFL has owned this country ever since. And baseball has had some good years, but it slid back drastically. And if they were to cancel a Major League Baseball season, I don't know who loses out more between the players and the owners. I'll leave that for the finance gurus to decide. But I know that the big loser is going to be the game.
The fans,
the game, and like it. I'm not going to say it would never recover, but it would. You're living in such a fragmented time in terms of what we have the bandwidth to pay attention to, and baseball has always been a slow game. Soccer is rising, hockey, not so much. But I mean, everybody's like lacrosse. There are other sports. Basketball is having a resurgence here. I don't think anything will ever challenge American tackle football, at least not anytime soon.
Mm-mm.
But other sports will fill that void, and you'll lose a lot of people that are saying, "Man, that's stupid. I'm not coming back to watch the millionaires argue with billionaires and all the things that we said in '94." And you'll lose some people, man. That would be disastrous. So they'll probably do it.
Yeah.
More than likely, yeah.
It sucks just to think about it. It's way down the road, but if this is where we're at now, like I can't imagine it changing in the blink of an eye anytime soon, especially when those negotiations come up. And you look at it from both sides. The player, with this issue specifically, the players, they don't want a limit on the amount of money they're going to make, and the owners, they're trying to save as much money as possible. Both of them not thinking too much about the fans in that matter. And that's just where we're going to be in a couple of years' time unless something changes.
Let's get a call from Stevie. Stevie, you're on the drive. Good afternoon, sir.
Russell!
Hello, Steven.
I appreciate the conversation y'all are just having about the MLB. I know a few old heads at church that I go to that I try to talk to them about my Cubbies. They don't watch it anymore. They don't watch it since '94, and they bring it up every time. But here's the thing, Russ. I know some younger people who are starting to say, I'm kind of sick of this college football crap. Do you think this is possibly kind of like a '94 situation with the MLB where people just turn it off and don't turn it back on with all these holdouts and NIL crap and the ads on the fields? Like, I'll be honest, I'm kind of starting to get sick of it myself.
Nah, people aren't tuning out. People were fed up with it last year. They had record ratings.
Yeah, it's getting worse, though, Bear. Some dude didn't even finish the season last year.
I'm just telling you, man.
You don't think people will turn away from baseball if they leave an entire season on the table?
I thought he was talking about college football.
Oh.
Russell doesn't even listen to me anymore, Bear.
I'm sorry, a video of Pam Anderson popped up on it. Full disclosure here, I was a little distracted.
Here's another weird thing. I feel like the last couple times I've called in, y'all been talking about these nefarious topics. What's the deal, guys? It's 4:30 in the afternoon.
We got to fill 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean, none of us sound drunk, number one.
Guys, is everyone above the power T?
No one's above the power T.
Well, that's interesting. I mean, it kind of seems like Boo's above the power T.
No, if he was above the power T, he would be back on the field right now. He's got to do some stuff before he's put back into good graces.
Do we know if he's back on the field or not?
We actually kind of don't. He's still in Josh Heupel limbo.
He's still in the doghouse, so
there's a path to return,
though. Actually not on the field or not.
No, I mean there's a path to return. I mean, Heupel said, I'll pull up my notes here. This is exactly what he said. He's a part of the team. He's got some things to accomplish. There's no timeline on it, and that he's been talking with the leadership council. Those were the 4 key takeaways there. But he's a part of the team, but it sounds like he's got some work to do to actually be on the field for the season opener.
If one of these situations happens again, Russ, I'm starting to think Josh Heupel kind of has this thing we like to call lack of institutional control.
Oh, dear.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, if Josh Heupel has lack of institutional control, then what in the world does Kirby Smart have down at Georgia?
Well, no one's saying what aboutism, Russell.
Well, I'm just saying, like, lack of institutional control in the sport of college football is relative. Like, you show me a guy who has complete institutional control over his program, and I'll show you a guy that's coaching in the Ivy League somewhere. Okay, we're talking about the SEC. Let's get real here, buddy. Like, nobody has a roster full of choir boys, and that includes Vanderbilt.
Yeah, well, Russell, I'd like to keep it short and sweet today, and I want to invite you to sing "Go Cubs Go" with me in honor of our friend Ryan Sandberg. So I'm going to start, and I'd like for you to just be with me
You
here.
You go to start. I'll finish. Let's do that.
Go Cubs go, go Cubs go. Hey, Chicago, where you at, Russell? Are you?
It's kind of rude.
That was a mean
Bye bye. Bye.
I am fully on. I'm back on the Cubs bandwagon. That's my decision. With the Braves in shambles, the only way I'm going to follow baseball the rest of the year is to just go all in with the Cubbies. And when the news broke last night that Rhino had passed, I immediately pulled up the Cubs game, and they were playing at the Brewers and get their brains beat out. And I watched it, and like it was like everybody's dog had died, man. It was brutal.
So.
It was brutal. But we'll see if the Cubbies can bounce back. 7:40 p.m. first pitch tonight in Milwaukee. Brewers and the Cubs got a little pennant race going there in the NL Central.
Reds are only like 6 games back.
Yeah, you guys are in it. Brewers up a game now on the Cubbies in the Central.
When we're going to see Blake Burke?
Doesn't look like they need him right now.
They don't know what they don't need.
They don't know what they don't need.
Yeah, I said it.
You think you know more than Brewers, but can you name? All right, Bear. Name a Brewer.
Blake Burke.
You can't name a single
No
Milwaukee Brewer?
I haven't seen Milwaukee on TV in probably 10, 15 years.
They had a great playoff game last year against the Mets.
Yeah, Pete Alonso, when he was in his contract year,
that
had
was
that
wild.
huge home run.
Yeah.
That was awesome. I hate the Brewers, so that one warmed my heart.
Your cold, dark heart.
Yeah, they're one of there aren't a lot of teams I feel that way for, but the Brewers are one of them where I will love any, non-injury related bad things that happen to them.
Stay with us. The drive continues. It's Fan Run Radio. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts. Here's more with Dr. Stephen Malone of Knoxville Smiles.
So I've been in dentistry for about 30 years, and I've watched a lot of things change where we used to do things by analog.
Buford boys through the years. I believe Justin Baker, the freshman running back that we got this year, I believe he's from Buford. And they are a football prospect factory down there. New stadium, $62 million price tag. And there's stories all online. You got to go see some of the pictures if you're listening to this. 10,000 seats, 15 luxury suites, a 3,500 square foot video scoreboard, a two-story field house with locker rooms. Basically, if anybody's been to Tucker Stadium in Cookeville where Tennessee Tech plays, it's like a 10 times nicer version of that.
Yeah, the wild part is, and I saw the pictures, and that's a ridiculous amount of money. That's probably not in the top 10 in Texas football high school stadiums.
It might, maybe not the top 10 biggest, but nicest. I mean, like,
that's what I'm talking about. Like, I've got a buddy of mine, Troy. He's constantly talking about it. There's this list.
Oh yeah, I've seen them firsthand. Yeah, they're
the 85 top high school football stadiums in Texas. My favorite is in El Paso. It was built in like the 30s.
This thing is unbelievable. They've even got like it's nicer than the new thing they've got up there at ETSU. It's much nicer than Vanderbilt Stadium.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, Vanderbilt's bigger. But bigger is not necessarily better. Like that's the new thing in stadiums, whether it's whatever sport it is like you could have a much nicer, smaller stadium in terms of capacity.
And look at Smoky Stadium. Like I've had people tell me that I've given away, tickets to go see the Smokies, and they've heard us talk about it. And then I saw a friend of mine, Andrea, that I gave her and her boyfriend went, and she goes, "You guys weren't kidding about how nice it is over there at Smoky Stadium." I mean, it's nicer than some major league parks, don't you think? With all the amenities and everything.
When you,
I would say
the size discrepancy is like so, but like there's a difference between you're talking like a 10,000 seat football stadium like this and a like 40,000 seat stadium. But when you compare like a 10,000 high school seat stadium to a 100,000 seat stadium, like there's no comparison. That's kind of the way I feel about a major league ballpark. When you walk into a major league ballpark, like still even today, I've been probably 100 times, and it's like just the size of it is always just.
Mm-hmm.
I've only been one time.
You've only been to one major league park?
No, I take that back. I forgot about New York. I've been to one Braves game outside of the Yankees. I've only been to one Braves game.
Where'd you go?
The old one.
Which one? Fulton County or Turner?
Turner Field.
Oh yeah,
love that place. That was my first baseball.
I mean, I always thought Turner Field was colossal. Like when you walk in from the outfield seats and you just see the backdrop, and it's just
it's
the
huge.
size always just like gets to me.
Terrible part of town.
Yes.
Take your life in your own hands getting to and from your car there.
How many have you been to, Russ? Baseball stadiums.
Major League
Baseball.
No, not many.
Not counting old Turner Field.
All the last three Atlanta ones: Riverfront, Great American Ballpark.
You've been to Riverfront, huh?
Yeah, it was my first one. My first game was the Dodgers and the Reds at Old Riverfront.
Oh,
incredible!
Okay. I always get Riverfront mixed up with
Three Rivers. Yeah, well, I mean, they're basically the same stadium.
The Pirates, their stadium they're in now is unbelievable.
PNC.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Yeah, that one's good. I've only been to 4.
It's a bucolic setting up there.
I'm trying to think of the Shea Stadium, Old Yankee Stadium. Haven't been to either of the new ones.
Mm-mm.
You went to Old Yankee and Shea?
Yeah.
No, I've been to the Chase Field out in Arizona, which is pretty cool. Like, I mean, any indoor ballpark is cool. The Ranger Stadium in Dallas, like that's not a ballpark; it's a stadium. It's so nice. It's so.
What's
cool.
the one you went to when you went on your walkabout?
The two. I've been to the two indoor Texas stadiums.
Houston.
Minute Maid.
Minute Maid, whatever they're calling it now, Dakin Park or whatever.
Yeah.
I love that place.
They're so cool
because it's on the edge of downtown Houston. You can walk from downtown, And then, like the night I was there, they did. They were having like a fireworks show afterwards, and so it was the middle of summer, so it was really hot. They had the roof shut, and then after the game, they opened the roof, so I got to see that, which is like, oh, bring out the kid in you.
It's so cool. And the
then,
Rangers,
yeah,
one
and then
is
they shut
different.
off fireworks at the indoor ballpark.
Yeah, it's that big. They can launch fireworks in there and do all that.
But the best one, probably my favorite one, is the new one in Dallas where the Rangers play.
Been there. It's
Like you walk
insane.
you walk up to it and it looks like just this huge warehouse. You're like, this is the ballpark, really?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get inside and it's like being on the inside of a spaceship.
Yeah. Like whenever I think about it, I'm like, that's not a ballpark. That's a stadium.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not right in the middle of downtown like some of them
But
are.
they
It's
had to
out
do
there close
that
to Jerry World.
because they built a ballpark
Right next
the
door.
ballpark at Arlington, and nobody went because it's Dallas, Texas in July and August and June.
It's too damn hot.
And it's sweltering. And so they built that ballpark after Camden Yards. That opened in like 95, 96, around the same time as Turner Field, and it's already obsolete. And so they built a new one indoors, and it's 72 degrees.
It's so nice.
Camden, I always liked Camden.
Yeah,
Yards.
I've never been. I would
I
love
need to
go
get there. All the famous ones I need to get to. Like I've only had those four. The only ones I've notched off.
Wrigley.
The famous ones: Wrigley,
Everybody's gotta go to
Dodger
Wrigley.
Stadium, Yankees, Boston.
I give you a hint on Wrigley. If you go early and take the ballpark tour.
Yeah,
it's only $30, and you will go early. They'll take you in there, and you go on the field. You get to go in the dugout. They'll take you up in the press box. They'll take you everywhere. They'll take you. They took us in like the visitors' locker room, and which is not spacious, but historical.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The tour guide's like, yep, Michael Jordan sat right over there when he played here. Ty Cobb sat over there. Babe Ruth sat right over there. Like, and you're just like, wow, it's kind of overwhelming.
The thing that in baseball like that I'd love to go to is being like on the inside of the Monster over in Boston at Fenway. Like I see videos of players that like it still freaks them out. You go under the Monster at Fenway and you see all the old signatures. Like he signed here. All of these guys, like those old stadiums are just insanely awesome. Historical landmark.
Phil, you're on the drive. Fan Run Radio. Good afternoon, sir.
What do you say, Debbie?
What's up, Philly?
How you and the boys doing?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
I was interested in you talking about down in Georgia high school football. I mean, it's far superior to Tennessee football.
We're talking about Texas.
Well, we're talking about both.
Yeah.
We're talking about Buford, Georgia, is where this conversation started. So, yeah, there's just more people, right? I mean, the population density is so much higher there. So you're going to have more athletes, yeah.
And they care more about winning down there than we do.
In high school ball?
Yeah.
I think that depends on where you go. They all, and somebody asked me about Buford. I mean, this is a public school. Like, how does that work? How does a public school in Buford get $62 million for a stadium?
I mean, do they sell bonds for it? I mean, is it public?
I mean, like, I wouldn't think so. I mean, because you would have to do that for all the schools, right?
Doesn't Tennessee get the second highest number of athletes on our football team or from the state of Georgia?
I would imagine so.
I know it was back in the day for sure.
Well, look at our history of our football program. In my lifetime, Georgia's been predominant in getting players down there coming up here being stars.
Who's our best player
all
from
time?
Georgia right now?
Oh, right now?
Maybe Mike Matthews.
Probably.
Remains to be seen. Jordan Ross, or he's from Alabama.
Who would you say all time? Jamal?
Certainly
Jamal,
in the conversation.
Dale Carter, or Deion Grant.
Jabari.
I mean, good Lord, that's a bunch of them.
Dobbs.
Willie Galt, yeah.
Yep.
I forgot about Willie. Willie Galt was from Georgia, wasn't he?
Yeah. But shows you how imperative it is to us to recruit well down there. Because usually, whatever year we get about 10 players out of Tennessee, you're any good to get, even though the population of Tennessee's doubled in my lifetime.
It's getting a lot better, Phil. I remember we used to have these conversations when I first got into this talk radio business, and it seemed like there were only 4 or 5 players a year worth taking in Tennessee, and you were lucky if you could get 3 or 4 of them, and now there's a dozen D1 prospects just about every year in this state, and 3 or 4 high D1 prospects. And, I remember when that was changing. It was probably about 15 years ago that we started talking about the population explosion just beginning in the mid-state and how Tennessee could really make hay there. And, one of the few things Butch Jones did right here was, he got in there. He got Jalen Hurd and Josh Malone and Derek Barnett and Trey Smith and all these guys that came out of the mid-state during that time. Jalen Reeves Mabin, and just dominated there, and they've stayed pretty good in there. But you wish that you could build a fence around the state the way LSU and Arkansas and Texas and some of those schools can.
Yeah. Does Alabama and Georgia have leadership councils down in their schools?
I'm sure they do.
They do?
Yeah.
Roll down tide.
Every team has. Yeah, every team has some sort of. I mean, they might not call it the leadership council, but leadership group, the captains, whatever they're going to call them.
Well, so I bet it's all Kirby Smart at Georgia, and it was all Saban up until he left. I don't know if this new coach at Alabama is going to be running things like Saban had going on down there.
Well, I don't think if the implication is that Josh Heupel is somehow soft for having a leadership council to which he delegates decision-making and responsibility to, I would disagree with that. I mean, it's still Heupel's program. He can kick the guy. I mean, it sounds like if you left it up to the leadership council and the assistant coaches, they would have said, go ahead and get rid of Boo.
Yeah.
But it sounds like Heupel is the one who's taking the 10,000-foot view, which is probably the way Kirby would do it, and said, no, we need this guy. And so we're going to work with him and try and get him back in the mix.
Yeah, I agree. He plays 3 positions, and he's probably one of the top 5 players in your team. So hopefully it works out with him and everything.
Yeah, I mean, if nothing else, just for his sake. I mean, I hope he stays here until he's draft eligible. Hope he gets himself straightened out, because he's too young to realize what he's possibly getting ready to ruin, which is, being able to call Knoxville home and all the perks and benefits that comes with being a VFL here.
So, Russell, you didn't like Acuna's way he acted after a home run there or not?
He's a little bit of a hot dog, isn't he, Phil?
Well, he is, but what's the difference in that and shooting birds at people going around bases with people wearing orange? See?
Oh, man, he got me. He boxed me in and then
not really.
hung up on me.
You've stated before that it was a little over the
He was a little out of line himself. Mike Honcho, a little out of line himself.
A lot of people a little out of line that year. But we love him.
Oh, give me Rhino. Head down, run around the bases, act like you've been there before. Act like you expect to win. Pure class. Stay with us. The drive continues. Coming up, hour number 3, your chance to play What You Talking About. Our first Champions League qualification coming up in the 520 segment. Stay tuned for your cue to call, and you could win fabulous gifts and prizes courtesy of our friends over at Buckethead Tavern.
What is it about this game that brings out the absolute worst?
I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, Cody and Bob acting immature, childish.
You think that's a bad look
for them over this game?
People to freak out over a game. You find that distasteful and a sign of immaturity.
Now that I'm taking a step back, you
think that's.
I mean, they
that's
spent
not a good look for
a good
workers.
chunk of Fox Fan Run Radio's time on 2 different shows talking about a damn exhibition match.
Quick timeout. The Drive continues. Back with more right after this.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com.
Leader, you'd think he's a 4 or 5 year vet with the way he handles himself.
Hype said he did say some nice stuff about Lance. I heard that on the way in today.
Are you still Team Merkslinger?
I'm kind of where Heupel's at. I'm looking for whoever's gonna go out and grab a hold of it.
Well, we're all looking for that, but you said you thought that it was going to be Merklinger over Jaguar. That was your position over the summer.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, man. I really don't. There's some pros and cons to Jaguar.
Joey Jags.
He likes to scramble, and that's one thing that we haven't had since Hendon left was an effective runner.
Yeah, I mean, I think two things. I mean, this is just dumbass Russell, like observer of football. You start talking about route trees and protections and stuff, like my eyes glaze over. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I know what I see. And this offense is a lot better when the quarterback can complete the deep ball.
Yeah.
And when the quarterback can run.
And just pick up first downs. Just pick up between, 5. I mean, Hooker was the master of, keeping the offense in first or second down.
What do you think is more important? Escapability, ability to create on your feet with your legs, or ability to hit that deep ball?
In this offense,
yeah,
you got to hit the deep ball. If you can hit the deep ball, Heupel's offense,
because Nico could run. We get shut out at Ohio State if he can't run.
Yeah,
he scored that touchdown all by himself. But he could run, he could get it done, but he could not hit that deep ball.
No,
and Milton couldn't either. Yeah, it's like that's
through dimes.
No, I agree. Hitting the deep ball
that's what makes this offense really go.
Get back to it, man.
And then it opens up the rest of the playbook.
Merklinger, like a 4 or 5 year vet. Well, if he knows the system and he can hit that deep ball,
he'll be the guy. But it is important to pick up those first downs. Because that's when we'd really get going really fast with Hendon that year. He'd stay in bounds, get the ball back to the ref, get lined back up.
Texter says, sounds like another year of us thinking Heupel is going to open up the playbook.
I don't know about all that. It is going to be interesting to see if he's able to evolve his offense now that the book's kind of out on it at the
It's funny you say that.
The SEC level.
The next text I'm reading that we just got is, I keep reminding folks, put your name on your text if you want me to read your name, so that we just get these texts and
we don't know who belongs to what.
I'd like to. I guess it doesn't matter, but anyway, Texter says, I have a couple of questions, and I absolutely have no problem with Josh Heupel. He's a good coach. I love the balls, but how many times? Maybe you meant to say balls.
Yeah, balls.
Voice text here.
Balls.
He loves the balls too. He just likes different kinds of sports. He likes lots of balls.
He just loves sports.
How many times over Nick Saban's career did you ever hear somebody say he needs to evolve? I don't know that we heard anybody saying he needs to evolve, but Nick Saban definitely evolved.
Yeah, he did.
He evolved incredibly offensively.
Defensively. At LSU, he was a 4-3 guy. He goes to the NFL. He comes back to Alabama. He's a 3-4 guy.
He's a 3-4 guy.
They were ball control offense his first couple of years, and then they opened it up.
Back quarterback, and then
he would
Kiffin in, and
he would whine about the no huddle. Remember, he whined about tempo.
Oh, thought it should be outlawed.
And tried to get it shut down. And then when that didn't happen, he started doing it.
Yeah, he brought in Lane Kiffin and put in an up tempo offense.
Well, all great coaches have to evolve.
Yeah,
if you're going to have more than 1 or 2 good years,
especially, at this level, because people are going to figure out what it is you do and take it away from you, and you got to switch to something else.
You had, Bear Bryant went to the Wishbone, famously in the 70s when he was struggling.
Started recruiting black athletes.
Yeah, luckily we're already doing that.
Everything's cyclical, though. That's why it really makes me wonder if Barry Switzer's just kind of full of himself, or if you could have success in major college football running the wishbone against these defenses that are set up to stop the pass.
The bigger question here is, will there be a time where Josh Heupel has to have a complete wholesale system change? Because if there is a coach in this sport that is married to his way of doing things, it's Josh Heupel.
He doesn't like change.
And I'll bet, if you go back and look at what he was doing at UCF and what he was doing at Missouri as the OC and at Oklahoma, I'll bet it's changed and evolved through the years, but it's still basically the same. Shotgun, the super wide splits, the receivers.
We've always heard if you're even back then, I remember UCF fans were talking about if the quarterback's not hitting the deep ball, it's going to be a lot of 3 and outs.
Well, it still feels like that type of offense is at the vanguard of college football creativity right now. But things change, and maybe you get back to maybe the I formation maybe somebody comes up with something new. Maybe you go back to the wishbone. I don't know. Would Heupel ever, if he's struggling enough, have
just come out and
the
pro
guts.
set?
Say what you want about Bear Bryant, like junking his offense. Go back and watch that Wishbone documentary. It's on YouTube now. I was going to send it to Bo Kregner. You can watch it for free. Like, to be able to just throw out everything you're doing and say, we're going to do this completely different thing. I'm not 100% sure it's going to work,
right?
But this is what we're doing. Like, that takes cojones.
Yeah, we're making a commitment to it. Just him coming out and running, warm-ups, not showing anything until you come out for your first offensive series.
Yeah, I don't think anybody would go to those lengths at this point. But
Fulmer he tried to adapt.
But he
did it halfway when he brought in old boy from Wake Forest, the claw fence.
That is the cautionary tale. That's the gamble. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It worked out spectacularly for Bear.
Well, Bear went all in.
Fulmer his job.
Fulmer didn't go all in.
I mean, do you think it would have gone all in? Like, should he have fired Greg Atkins and the other offensive assistants and allowed Dave Clawson to bring his entire offensive staff and just completely washed his hands of everything to do? Like, I just don't think it was going to work.
Probably not, especially considering he was an offensive coordinator.
I think he hired the wrong guy.
Yeah. Who should he have hired?
Well, the runner-up that year, the other guy that he was considering was basically a power sharing thing between Scott Loeffler, who was eventually the OC at Virginia Tech, who was at Michigan at the time, with Mike DeBoard, who eventually came here.
He probably should have.
He absolutely should have done that. And I don't know that it would have been championship level, but it would have been better than the claw fence. It probably would have been good enough to maintain his job in 2008.
He wouldn't have gotten fired in 2008. As DeBoard would have.
But I don't like what he should have done is go and hire a Josh Heupel or somebody who was running that stuff and completely watch it. Yeah. And let that guy take over. But I mean, that was like a lot of great coaches, a lot of great leaders. Like, he was a micromanager and was always going to have his hands in it and wasn't just going to completely turn things over. And
well, I mean, he was very
Saban's that way too.
Yeah. He was very wary of who he brought in. I think a lot of it because he knew how he came to power.
I mean, you think of all the great OCs Saban has had through the years at Kiffin, Sark, Brian Dable, like all those guys. They would have to come, and Saban's a defensive guy, right? So you know how much he's micromanaging that side of the ball, but he would always have the OCs in. Can't remember who told me this. It was somebody who coached with that staff and said, like, every week, like, they would come in and show Saban, here are the 100 plays or so we're going to run this week. And he would just go through it. Nope, not doing that. Not doing that. Not doing that. Here's something I do want to run. He would dictate exactly. Like, I don't care. You're Lane Kiffin. Like, this is my football team. This is what you're going to do.
Right. He was highly successful.
Different leadership styles. I think Heupel delegates almost completely on the defensive side of the ball to Tim Banks and those guys. And I think he's very hands-on offensively.
You think he should be less?
Not right now. No, I mean, I think things are going well. I think he's got to find another hooker. That sounds bad. He's got to find another quarterback that can play like Hendon Hooker. He's got to find better talent on that side of the ball. But eventually there might come a day where the stuff just isn't working anymore, and he does have to relinquish control or hire somebody else or try something different, a different style. And
that's wrinkles or something.
We're not there yet, but all great coaches who coach for more than 10 years somewhere get to that point. Stay with us. Hour number 3 of The Drive coming up. It's Fan Run Radio. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive. And here. 5 at 5.
Quit time on your Friday, Tuesday. Oh, man. Wouldn't it be cool if it were Friday?
Would be sick.
Oh, man. Getting way ahead of myself there.
You gotta
Slow
couple more days
down,
before.
Russ.
So, just Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Quitting time on your Tuesday. It is the top 5 at 5 brought to you by Knoxville Smiles. Walker, what do you got?
Thank you. At number 1 day out from training camp, Josh Heupel addressed the media about the recent Boo Carter situation. He said, quote, Boo is a part of our team here. There are some things he's got to accomplish to get back on the field with us. Don't have a timeline set up for that. Our leadership council has been a part of those things and those discussions with me and Boo.
So Boo is back. Kind of.
Sort of. He will be at training camp earning his spot back.
Sounds like he's going to have to do a lot of running. Probably have to make up a lot of the workouts
I'm
and
sure.
stuff that he missed.
He'll have to do more than everyone else.
We don't want Boo pulling a hammy, being overworked.
Mm-mm. Instead of the running, I said it earlier, I feel like he's just going to be
water torture.
Just going to be hit a couple extra times when the pads get put back on.
I don't even think they ain't going to let him do that, man. I'm telling you, he's one of the best players on the team.
How do you
They
do you physically punish a guy without
maybe
putting
you have
him
him
at extra
carry,
risk of injury?
You know, have him carry like all the stuff that has to be carried back and forth.
Yeah.
Make him do the laundry.
Yeah, laundry, the pads. He needs to be humble a little bit. They are not going to give. They don't do that anymore. I mean, that's old Junction Boys new guy
Time
over
to the
here.
goal post and pour baby powered sports drinks and all that stuff all over him.
I don't think that's going to go.
Who did, they did that to somebody on
on
Hard Knocks 8 years ago. Remember that? It was the Cowboys camp. They tied somebody up.
That was a rookie hazing thing.
Mhm. I don't think the coaches are going to be like, hey, go out there and hit Boo a couple more times. I just think, there are going to be some guys that are pissed off at him.
Yeah, no.
That are going to hit him. They're going to hit him hard once or twice.
Shout out to all the rookies and true freshmen out there in the world of American tackle football who are about to endure some good-natured hazing in the next couple of
Part
weeks.
of it.
Yeah.
Part of it.
We had hazing at our school, the Catholic. They got rid of it.
Things went a little too far.
Yeah.
Broomsticks were involved.
No.
Well, do you remember the
Petty theft?
Remember the story we had like a couple months ago about the fake kidnapping hazing thing that happened? That feels like that one was over the line. It was a top 5 kicker at like back in May or April, something
I don't
along
know.
those lines.
The funniest thing I ever saw, the Jackass guys pulled up in a van and fake kidnapped the street in L.A. People were freaking out.
That's pretty
Like
awesome.
he was sitting there in this line like in a food truck or something.
I
The
loved
Jackass
those.
boys
Yeah.
pulled up, the door slid up, and they grabbed him.
I love
He's,
those
like,
old
fighting.
Jackass stats. Or stats.
Gags.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Skits where they would
Mm-hmm.
fake things in public just to scare the hell out of regular people.
Johnny
Like
Knoxville,
nobody
he was
got
a-
shot.
He was a complete maroon.
Remember the
going
one
all the way
where
back
he was
to-
driving around in like he put a fake baby doll in the car carrier.
Oh yeah,
and put the car carrier on top of the van and then
And took
drive
off
off
driving.
and people just take off running after him. Stop!
Yeah, I like the one where they'd show up in like the mental hospital van, and then one of them would bust out the side of it in a straight jacket, take off running.
Like Ken Young and
Yeah,
what was that movie?
The Hangover. They open the trunk.
Awesome movie.
Oh Lord.
At number 2, Tennessee offensive coordinator Joey Halsley talked to the media earlier today as well and mentioned some modifications to the offense, specifically trying to improve the chunk plays. He said, quote, that's been a focus of this offseason. We have to figure out ways to generate them when teams are playing soft with 8 in coverage. We've made some changes, but we're not going to lose sight of who we are.
Got to evolve.
You got to
What
evolve.
we were just talking about.
Exactly.
Is it enough? We'll find out. I wonder, are we going to have more formations? Like so far, we've had the 3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back, the 11 personnel. If I can be football guy for a second. Well, we had the 2 tight ends. That was our big wrinkle last year.
Yeah.
12 personnel.
There you
Jumbo
go.
packages.
Is it 12 or 21?
I thought it was 12. Maybe I'm not right.
think it's
I don't know. I can't
never
keep
remember.
track
Me
of
neither.
it.
I'm pretty sure it's 12.
We talked about this last year. We felt stupid using these terms that we really didn't understand.
Nobody's buying that the drive is football guy.
No.
Not anymore.
Well, we got to go 3 wide, Bear. Can't we come out with the twins look sometime?
How about a fullback, Russ?
Oh my God, why can't we just run trips right with a guy on the left? Just once.
Bring somebody in motion, set up some brackets on one side, and then you do a little slip screen.
The way this fan
Run the wheel route, Josh.
the people that want a fullback.
Those
Fullbacks are
guys
awesome.
aren't around
Fullbacks
anymore.
are awesome. I'm around.
No,
I
but
love
those
fullbacks.
fans are.
No, they're not.
Oh, they still are. They get happy.
Who? When was the
Come on,
last
the
time we had a
Wolfpack.
fullback call? That was Willie, a.k.a. GQF, back in the day. That's like
R.I.P.
that was 15 years ago. That even he stopped making that phone call when Butch Jones left.
If Josh Heupel trotted a fullback out there and lined up in the I formation, you're going to tell me that in a certain segment of our fan base that wouldn't be happier than hell? There would be.
I love a fullback.
Who's your favorite fullback of all time?
Oh, it's Juszczyk for the 49ers, probably.
You remember when Lorenzo Neal called into the show
Yes.
back at the old bunker?
Yeah.
And we didn't believe it was him for
Yeah.
the longest. He was just riding through town listening to the show.
Yeah.
Freaking Lorenzo Neal from the Titans and the
That's sick.
Chargers called in.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Who else is Cody was
Mike Allstott is the gold
my
standard,
favorite.
right?
Yeah, probably. My favorite's probably Amtrak. Bryson. Amsler Bryson. I have a hard time. Bryson was a fullback simply because he was a little bit bigger.
He was
than
no Will Bartholomew.
No, but he was. If you look at our running back room,
That fullback of the short, stubby legs and the big horse collar shoulder pad, and usually bleeding
there was Mike
profusely.
Allstott. Who else was there? Was another.
Corey Schlesinger was a big one from
Rathman.
Nebraska. Tom Rathman, yeah.
He was one of the OG.
Daryl Johnston.
Daryl
Moose.
Johnson. Who was the guy the Bucks had? The Buccaneers. Allstott. That's it. There's Rathman, Allstott. I feel like I'm missing one.
No, everybody had one back in the day. The big rugged fullback. It's a must.
At number 3, college football season kicks off in less than a month, but the amount of time players have to enter the transfer portal could still change. The NCAA Division I Board of Directors is scheduled to meet on August 5th to vote on recommendations for the D1 decision-making working group. The working group has proposed cutting 30 committees and providing the Power Four more control to steer D1 governance outcomes. If the proposal passes, the structure would be implemented on September 1st, phasing over time. The proposed model would grant the power conferences as much as 65% weighted voting power in rule-making committees.
Walker, I'm going to be honest, my eyes kind of glazed over there for a minute,
there's
buddy.
a lot of jargon.
What can you distill it in a sentence for me?
Basically, they're going to vote on whether or not the Power Four conferences are going to have a lot, like the majority weighted vote, like basically be the majority owner of voting on these things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's probably not good. Give more power to the Greg Sankeys and Tony Petitis of the world.
Greg Sankey wanted, I think, in his media day quote, he said he wanted 68% power. So this is close to it. He has a percentage number on it, and they're
that is a Sankey-like thing to say. I want 68%
voting
What?
power.
Let's go ahead and bump it up to 69, Greg. Be nice.
It's true. At number 4, a gunman killed 4 people at a Manhattan office building before killing himself, was trying to target the headquarters of the NFL, but took the wrong elevator, officials said on Tuesday. Investigators believe Shane Tamura of Las Vegas was trying to get to the NFL offices after shooting several people Monday in the building's lobby.
You think he's trying to shoot Goodell?
Potentially. A 3-page note found in Tamura's wallet suggested he had a grievance against the NFL over a claim that he had suffered CTE.
But he never played in the NFL. He played in the CFL. He wasn't good enough to play in the NFL.
I don't know much about
This
Shane
guy's just
Zamora.
kind of
That's
a
the
whack
story.
job. Is
A little bit, yeah.
big takeaway here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Screw
it's a
loose.
Tragic.
Killed 4 people.
Yeah.
Ugh. Awful.
It's a tragic story. And at number 5, an Argentine policeman who was captured naked in his yard by Google Street View camera has been awarded compensation by a court after his bare behind was splashed over the internet for all to see. The man had sought payment from the internet giant for harm to his dignity, arguing he was behind a 6.5-foot wall when a Google cameraman captured him naked from behind in a small town in Argentina.
So this was like on Google Maps. They were just taking the regular shots.
The car was driving around.
Happened. This dude was naked in his yard.
Yep.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why was he naked? I don't think I've ever been naked in my yard. I don't think I've ever been naked outside.
Article did not say why. He was
You've been naked outside.
He was naked
I don't
in
think
his yard.
so.
You never skinny dipped?
Nope.
Streaked?
Nope.
Flashed?
Nope. Flashed?
Flashing is it's
What
not
are you
that's-
trying to get me? Like,
trying to get him see if you
yeah.
can get to it.
Pretty sure that's illegal, bro.
That's not
Yeah, it
good.
is.
Up on a list.
It's not good.
Flashed.
There was
Have
this
you?
guy. No, I've never flashed. I have skinny dipped and streaked though. There used to be this perv that he wore an overcoat and it looked like he had pants on, right? But what this guy did was he cut the bottom of the legs of the pants and he duct taped them to his knees. Nothing else, and then threw on that overcoat. Because this guy got his rocks off, believe it or not, flashing the nuns at old Catholic high school.
Oh my god.
And then finally he screwed up, and it was one of the Stiles brothers. These guys went to Catholic and ended up they're cops here in town. They work, both of them worked for KPD, and this poor miserable SOB did it one last time, right as one of the Stiles brothers was pulling into Catholic for something in their cruiser, and it didn't end well for him.
How much money did this guy get?
About $12,500 or $12,500.
It's about
$12,500.
Yes, $12,500.
Dude, you take all the pictures you want of my naked ass for $12,000.
Yeah,
I ain't got nothing to hide.
This guy said his
pretty cool.
He said his dignity was harmed.
Maybe I've just been doing sports radio too long, but I ain't got no dignity left, man. Just take the picture. $12,000, yeah.
Do you see where the moron, the CEO from the Kiss
I'll show
Cam?
you the front side too for $12,000. I mean, come on.
He's talking about he's planning on suing Coldplay.
I saw that saying
And
that
it's like everybody, I mean, I said it when it first came. You need to flip over that ticket and take a good hard look at it.
Oh yeah. Well, you don't get a ticket anymore. It's in the fine print of.
It's still on there. You might be photographed if you attend the show or event. He's not getting anything.
No,
he
I
won't.
wouldn't be holding my breath if I were that guy. Nope. Thank you, Walker. That is the top 5 at 5. It's brought to you by our friends over at Knoxville Smiles. My teenage daughter had her last appointment at the pediatric dentist today. So that went well, but they
some kind of way.
They sent her off into the world of Knoxville Smiles. They're like, you got to go see a grown-up dentist now.
Take her down to Knoxville Smiles.
Yeah, I
Malone,
guess that'll
Costa.
be her next stop. Love Knoxville Smiles. Would recommend them to anyone. All my family goes there. I certainly go there. They're going to take great care of you and your teeth. If you've been putting off your dental visit this year, don't do that anymore. Give our friends at Knoxville Smiles a call, 865-539-1776. They did say she's going to have her wisdom teeth taken out.
I had mine taken.
Yeah,
out.
I had
Middle
mine
school.
the same.
Everybody does.
I had mine in high
grade.
school, about the same age. Yeah.
Make sure you keep
I had
your
3
phone
taken
handy.
out. I've still got 1.
I think I had all of mine taken out at once.
That's usually a really good time to hear some funny stuff from your kid.
Oh yeah.
They're all zonked out on that stuff on the goofy.
I do remember that too, when they put that needle in my arm and they said, all right, night night, and like I saw the drip, like drip drip. It was like the third drip, and
you were gone. They didn't.
Cuckoo, lights out. The next thing is it over? Mouth all full of gauze. Is that it?
I always do the counting backwards.
Then I remember not being able to eat any. Like, it was, get your wisdom teeth taken out. Low key kind of sucks.
It's not fun for 2 weeks. Can't drink out of a straw for 2 weeks. First couple days, you can only eat like yogurt.
Oh yeah, I didn't have that. The first solid food I remember eating was Crystals. Yeah, because they're so
soft.
mushy.
Yeah, I think
I was able to just kind of gum it up and
mashed
swallow
potatoes
it.
and gravy.
a burger is a good middle ground.
KnoxvilleSmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Russell Bear and Walker with you on a Tuesday afternoon edition of the show. All right, we need 3 players right now for what you talking about. 865-966-3435. 3 players to play our game when we continue. The winner is winning what, Bear? 10 wings?
When you make champions round, you get certificate for 8 wings.
8 wings.
Pound.
Yeah, it's 10 wings
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
From our friends over at Buckethead Tavern. Most delicious wings you're ever going to taste, man. So we're going to give those away to the winner today. All right, we already got one. We need 2 more, 865-966-3435. The drive continues with what you talking about coming up next.
The Drive. Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever the they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox, Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you tired of trying to squeeze your dental appointments in on your lunch break or before you go to work? Here at Knoxville Smiles, we're all about making going to the dentist easier. That's why we're now open until 7 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. To take advantage of our new evening hours, make your appointment now at KnoxvilleSmiles.com or just call us at 865-539-1776. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Life is more fun with a Good Life checking account from Citizens National Bank, offering extra benefits including bank travel. Experience the magic of the holiday season with a festive getaway to Charleston and Savannah. From twinkling lights to charming carriage rides, this trip immerses you in Southern holiday traditions. Join them by calling
3 or 4 games in hand because our schedule gets backed up because they share the stadium with the Smokies. So we're in position to get close to the top of the table for the playoffs.
When
Team's
does
really
their
good.
season end?
Late October. It goes all the way through.
into football?
Yeah.
They'll have the ballpark to themselves
starting soon,
in
yeah.
September.
And yeah, we have a bunch of games in August and September where it's going to get backed up because now we can fit all our home games in and whatnot.
Why does minor league baseball end so early?
Late season call-ups a lot of the time. Like, it's a long, arduous season for the minor leaguers, and like a lot of those
probably some
prospects,
financial considerations in there too.
Mhm.
Good question. All right, we've got our 3 contestants for what you talking about. Some random guy DM'd me after the show. He's like, "How do I play?" Like, I really want. I guess that's the first time he's heard it, and said you just got to listen to the cue to call. And he was the first one today.
Yeah.
So he built his day around this.
Lines are
Nick
popping.
and Chase. These are familiar names. I know there's a lot of Nicks out there, but I feel like Chase is a regular.
Nick played. I know Nick. Nick has. I haven't heard his voice yet, but Nick's in the mix and in the hunt every year.
All right, so we got a lot of people like to play this, and once you win, you can't call back. Once you win, you're in.
Right.
So I know there's probably a lot of people who couldn't get through. Try again tomorrow. We'll play again for the rest of the week. We'll get some winners in here. So a couple remotes next week. So we'll only play 3 times, but we get 9 winners. So plenty of opportunities for you to play the game, and let's go ahead and do it right now.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
What you talking about? 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 What you talking about?
Walker's face yesterday when he heard the intro to what you talked about for the first time, like he was like a kid on Christmas. He was so excited.
It hyped me up a little bit.
This is the greatest radio contest
Okay, let's not get carried away.
ever.
It's all right.
It's incredible.
It's pretty good.
You make grown men act like complete idiots.
What an idiot.
All right, let's start with Rando. Rando, good afternoon. How are you, sir?
I am well, and it's easy to build your day around it when you go to work at 2:30 in the morning.
There you go. Did you get a little power nap in to rest your brain properly?
No, I sound really old, but I go to bed at about 7:30 at night.
Oh,
Yay.
So you're playing this game,
then you're going
and
to
then
bed.
you're going to go to bed in like 2 hours?
Yeah, basically.
What a lifestyle, man. That's wild. All right, man. Well, we appreciate you, and thanks for calling in here today. You know the rules, right?
Yep.
And the only thing I will say from again, when we ask for a name, full name.
Full name.
Okay.
So,
And one thing I did want to add, don't forget, if you get stumped, you can hit say pass.
You can say pass.
and
and once you
Russell
say
going-
pass, it's over. You
Yeah,
can't
you can't
you
go back.
can't go back and declare the answer.
Right. I can't go like Lord of the Rings past Harry Potter.
Yes.
Exactly.
Once you say pass, we're on to the next one, as JC said. Street cred.
Let's do it.
All right. Rando, here we go. This is the shoe company Tennessee's about to switch to.
That would be Adidas.
Yes, this is where the Blue Jays play.
Toronto.
Yes, this is an actress who is openly gay, talk show host, who played Dory.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes, this is what precipitation from the sky falls.
Rain.
Yes,
snow,
this is where UCLA's nickname.
the Bruins.
Yes, this is the Commodore School.
That would be Vanderbilt.
This is the former head coach at Oklahoma, Coach Heupel.
Bob Stoops.
Yes, this is the legendary Celtics forward from Indiana.
That would be Larry Bird.
Yes, this is an animal that gets in your trash at night.
Raccoon.
Yes, this is the quarterback of the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson.
Yes, this is Mario's company, video game company.
Nintendo.
Yes, this is where UCLA plays, the stadium.
Rose Bowl.
Yes, this is Lefty of golf.
Phil Mickelson.
This is an actress who was married to David Justice. He was in the Flintstones.
Halle Berry.
Yes. Wow. I don't know why
He
the
could've-
Flintstones was the first Halle Berry movie that popped into my mind.
It's kind of weird.
Actually, I do know why, because she was real. Yeah.
Big David Justice fan back in the 90s.
Yeah, there you go. That was good, Rando. What do you end up with?
14.
Woo!
So we'll see if it holds up. Wasted a little bit. You can tell you're a first timer.
All right, let's not pick it. He did very well. We don't have to pick him apart. That was outstanding. That's going to be hard to beat, Rando. Hang right there, and let's see how our next contestant, Nick, does. Good afternoon, Nick. How are you, sir?
Doing well. How are you guys?
Hey, doing very well. So Rando set the bar high for you. You need
that was a strong first effort.
That was very strong. 14 will tie and perhaps trigger a playoff, depending on what Chase does. 15 would bump Rando and put you in the lead.
Roger that.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Here we go. This is the city where the Raiders play now.
Las Vegas.
Yes, this is a kids game with a rubber ball. It's also a Vince Vaughn movie.
Pass.
All right, this is the former quarterback of the Saints. Played at Purdue.
Drew Brees.
Yes, this is an actor from Saturday Night Fever, Pulp Fiction.
John Travolta.
Yes, this is what you shoot in the sky on 4th of July.
Fireworks.
This is a tennis tournament in London on grass.
Wimbledon.
Yes, this is a former ESPN sideline reporter. Bruce Pearl grabbed her. She was videotaped.
Aaron Andrews.
Yes, this is the king of beers.
Budweiser.
Yes, this is the coach of the Raiders now. Used to be at the Seahawks.
John Harbaugh.
No, from USC.
Oh, God, what's his name? Pass.
All right, this is the center fielder for the Angels. Great player.
Mike Trout.
Yes, this is Run for the Border, fast food.
Taco Bell.
Yes, this is the head coach at Colorado now, primetime.
Deion Sanders.
This is New York's football team.
Giants Jets.
Yes, this is the boss of pop music, E Street Band.
Bruce Springsteen.
Yes, this is Seattle's basketball team.
Supersonics.
Got it.
What'd you get, Walker?
I got 13.
Yeah, that's what I got. Oh, crushing.
Dang. I still don't know the freaking I still don't know that dude's name from USC. I can't think of it.
Pete Carroll.
I can see his stupid face. Yeah, there it is.
Is that? I was just taking a guess.
I can see his stupid face, he said.
And I can see Rando's stupid face.
Oh!
I'm coming to your Champions League, Rando.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I feel you. I feel you, Nick. What was the other one he passed on?
I can't remember.
It was it was Pete Carroll, and I don't remember the other one that he passed on.
It was
Travolta. He got Travolta. He got Breeze.
Did
he get Dodgeball?
No, that was it.
He passed on Dodgeball.
Yeah, because you said Vince Vaughn movie.
He just passed immediately.
You said it involves what? What was
a red rubber ball? Yeah, like it's a kids
technically
game.
You shouldn't have said ball because it is in the title. Dodge ball.
Wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have mattered. All right. Let's bring in Chase, our final contestant today. Chase, how's it going?
I'm all right. How y'all doing?
Doing really well, man. Again, this has been a competitive round here. We had a 14-13, some big numbers already. You're going to have to get 14 to tie some random guy and force a playoff here. You feel up to the challenge?
And we'll give it hell. We'll see how it goes.
All right, I want to make sure you got a good connection here. Have you been talking?
Do what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's good. No, he's just he's taking a relaxed approach here. I kind of like it. All right, Chase, here we go. This is Dale Jr. Sport.
NASCAR.
Yes, this is the Bills quarterback who threw the Hail Mary for Boston College in the 80s.
Doug Flutie.
Yes, this is Montreal's baseball team.
Expos.
Yeah, this is the former head coach Indiana basketball with the red sweater.
Bobby Knight.
Yes, this is a hardware store, the orange. No,
Home Depot.
Yes, this is the state where the Twins play. Vikings.
Pass.
This is what you eat at movie theaters.
Popcorn.
Yes, this is where the College World Series is played, the city.
Omaha.
Yes, this is a social media site where you post pictures.
Facebook.
Nope.
Instagram.
Yes, this is the woman who had Nancy Kerrigan attacked in the 90s.
Tanya Harding.
Yes, this is the continent where you're. This is the basketball player AI, the answer.
Allen Iverson.
Yes, this is the cartoon with Cartman.
South Park.
Yes, this is Peyton's brother.
Eli.
Full name.
Eli Manning.
Yes. Did get that.
He got it, but he got 12.
Oh, man, I really screwed up on Europe, too. I was trying to say this is the continent where France and Germany.
You
and I
guys
just
started
said
off
Europe.
like a ball of fire. It was he was on pace to set a record.
Why'd you pass on Minnesota, Chase?
Well, I thought you said stadium, not state.
I thought I
did
heard
too.
That's
stadium.
my fault.
Did I say stadium?
I think you said stadium.
I'm sorry, Chase. I choked, man. That's my bad, bro. You deserve better.
Hey, we will try again tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
That's the spirit. Don't let me hold you down. Dust yourself off. Come back stronger. Thank you, Chase. Ah, man. That was tough. He had some tough ones, too. Like, that was a tough draw. Instagram, we got hung up on for a minute.
Yeah.
Home Depot, we got hung up on for. See, I was about to say home improvement store, but then that would have disqualified, right? Because Home Depot, I can't say. So I have to say hardware.
Yeah. Big box hardware store for future reference.
I would like to say, though, is that Instagram is Facebook. Like, Facebook owns Instagram. So I'm just saying,
I don't think that one's going to hold up in front of the Council of Elders.
Putting the objections
Don't. We have enough.
No,
you're just
it's okay.
pouring
Barry.
gas
You
in
don't
it.
have to push him down. He's got a good point. Just both of you guys settle down. You see why he can't be involved?
He doesn't like
What?
it when I bring up
For
objections.
future reference,
I didn't say that. This is all. This is all we need.
Turn my own mic off.
This is all we need to start some kind of controversy. Well, actually, Facebook owns Instagram. Next thing you know, we're going to be getting pilloried on Twitter and all social media about it.
Who cares? Let's bring in Rando, the champion. Some random guy. He wanted to play. He built his day around it. He came. He saw. He kicked ass. Some random guy. Our first Champions League qualifier. Congratulations, my friend. Well done.
Vidi, Vici.
I don't know what that means, but cool.
I saw, and conquered. That's Latin. Bear, I got you. Don't say that would be. Just say the word.
I'm just
Move
saying,
along.
just a friendly advice. That's a time
Yeah.
waster.
Yep. I could have. I
Could have put up a bigger number. Maybe could have
Yeah.
challenged Big Brain Bob Baskerville.
I don't know about that. Bob was on fire.
All right, Rando, hang right there. We're going to
Appreciate
get your
it, guys.
phone number. Yeah, we'll get your number, and then we will be in contact to schedule you for Champions League here in a couple of weeks once we get everybody qualified. So congratulate spirited round there, a 12, a 13, and a 14. People are getting too good at this game, I think. I mean, the scores and the intensity has gone up through the years, and I think we're already seeing that. Now, I am looking forward to eventually this will happen. Eventually somebody will get in this game that isn't ready. That does not know what they are doing, does not, and you're going to see like a 7 or an 8.
It usually happens once a year. I mean, usually it's,
and that's fine.
I mean, usually it's
fine.
Westchester.
Well, usually somebody gets in and they just kind of flame out and they get halfway through. I remember one guy, and I think this was in Champions League last year, where he just got hung up on one.
Yeah, it was last year.
And then he was just like, for the rest of it was like Minnesota, Home Depot, popcorn. He was just like so sadly, forlornly, dejectedly answering the questions because he knew he had screwed it. Wow. Very exciting. All right. We'll open up the phone lines, open lines the rest of the way. If you want to jump in, go ahead and take your shot now. 865-966-3435, your number to get on the drive. 966-3435. You can call or text us there. Speak now, forever hold your peace. The shocking conclusion of the drive coming up.
The Drive.
Congratulations. You found sports radio that doesn't suck.
the videos and the pictures that come out, even more so than the reports. I'm a big pictures guy.
They look good.
Yeah.
I love the pictures of awesome catches in training camps.
Yeah, just player who's passing the eye test, who's been in the weight room.
See one of Christian McCaffrey reeling that pass in from 49ers camp.
No.
He just burnt somebody like toast.
So he'll be getting hurt in 3, 2, and
who drafted him? Oh, it was the boss man, RB. Drafted him in the station league last year, and he immediately got hurt.
Did you guys see the picture of King Henry at Ravens camp that was going around yesterday? Oh my God.
He yoked out again.
he's a superhuman, man. He does they don't make him like him.
I saw the video of him. Fan brought their golden retriever with him.
That was a cute video. I saw that.
King Henry, he likes Goldens.
Big dog guy.
Yeah, especially this Golden.
Good for him.
Goldens are it's hard not to like a golden retriever.
Friendly dogs.
Yeah.
Man's best friend.
Mm-hmm.
865-966-3435. Your number if you want to get in here. We got about 15 minutes to fill here before we get out of the way and get you ready for the slate with William Pattison headed your way next on many of these fan-run affiliates. Roberto is up next. What's up, Berto?
Guys, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
Doing well. It's great to be back in terra firma in great Knoxville. Actually, I'm in Knoxville
Where
today.
you been?
So let's just. I went and hung with the Connecticutians. I've been in Connecticut for a couple of days.
Really?
It's a weird state. I don't know if you've
It
ever
is a
been to
weird
Connecticut.
state. Smallest state in the union.
That'd be Rhode Island.
Damn it.
Yep. How do you expect to host what you talk about, not knowing that?
I don't know. How do I expect to host this show? I mean, it's all luck, really. I can't do anything else. Underqualified to be a fry cook.
Oh man! But while I was gone, obviously this Boo Carter thing kind of turned around. I guess it sounds like on Friday or Saturday, and I've officially now knowing that he's kind of back in the boat, as it were. And I think Walker, I told you the other day, it's kind of burned out my excitement. I think it was you I was talking to, but I think I'm back. I'm back. I'm getting pretty excited pretty quick about this football season.
You knew you'd be back.
Yeah, I did, but it was also just like another kick to the pills like we had in April with Nico, and honestly back in January with Mike Matthews and so on, and Boo, ironically. So it's just been a really long off season. You guys agree with that for as a fan?
I mean, it was not what Josh Heupel wanted. He wants quiet, no drama, all that stuff, and to have the Nico thing blow up right before the orange and white game and then become the talk of college football for the next, whatever it was, 2 or 3 weeks after that, having to get in the portal and scramble to find a quarterback in Aguilar. He didn't like that. And then this thing with the Boo kerfluffle right before camp. No, I mean, it's not what he wanted.
Is it that hope springs eternal, Russ, or whoever wants to weigh in? Or am I just unreasonably excited about Joey Aguilar as quarterback and think that he will actually be better than Nico was last year for sure?
I think you're smoking a little hopium, but it's not impossible. That could happen.
I mean, if we get 223 Joey Aguilar, Tennessee's on the cusp of playoff again, right?
Can you imagine what a story that would be if this kid comes in and lights it up and and he can complete the deep ball and run around a little bit with our defense?
It would then solidify that the University of Tennessee should never take two elite quarterbacks in back-to-back classes ever again, in my opinion. That's one thing it would do. You take one elite guy to develop. See also Faison Brandon, right? You take him. Absolutely, he's a take. You want him. But then you get another senior transfer, and you just do it over again. And you do it over again until you get your kid to come along. You know what I mean? That's what it would say to me. I forgot about the Hood kid from Colorado until I was listening to the Chase today. I totally forgot we got a DB from Colorado who was the heir apparent behind, Travis Hunter to play there. So feels really good. I guess it just vibes are high. And it's also so hot. You have nothing to hope for in the dog days. But that's kind of where I'm at, guys. You know, and I wanted to get your opinion on this is kind of our defense. If our defense is half as good as last year, what is your minimum expectation of this team?
Minimum expectation if the defense.
Let's say our defense takes a step back, but our offense is slightly forward, so it's about the same.
Minimum expectation would be probably 8-4.
That's where I'm
I think
at.
that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at too. Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, I think Aguilar can get you to 8, and I think he can get you to 9. I think it would be miraculous to get you to 10. But even at 8-4, Josh Heupel's done a heck of a job at 8-4 with the off-season craziness we've had. So I said this to a friend at lunch today, and I want to throw it by you, Russ, and again, whoever. If we're 8-4, but we're doing it the right way, and the kids are giving all out effort, and they're not making stupid things, they're just getting beat because they just don't have as much talent as everybody else or something weird. Okay. Or DJ Lagway actually comes out and plays against us, not Harrison Bailey, right? Because that's the way it's looking right now. 8-4 with some kids that have some character about them. Are we okay with that as a fan base? Because I think I am at this point. Russ, have you and I reached an age where 9-3 is one thing, but if you do it with a bunch of idiots, it doesn't feel as good as 8-4 with a bunch of guys you want to pull for? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I'm not going to be doing cartwheels about it.
Yeah, sure, I understand that.
It'll put a little pressure on him to bounce back. I mean, he went 8-4 in 2023 and bounced back with 10-2.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's a bad thing either. He's making $9 million. He should be able to take some pressure.
Sure.
And I want to say to Rando, congratulations. Hell of a first attempt. That was unbelievable. I think in Champions League the first year I got 14 or 15 in the Champions round. I mean, 14 on the jump with some pauses in there. That was boss, dude. That was next level good. Guys, have a good day.
Thank you, Roberto. Appreciate the phone call. 865-966-3435. Your number to get on the show here this afternoon. 865-966-3435. Yeah, I think the quarterback thing, as far as whatever he said about not signing elite guys back to back. First of all, I just think you recruit the best guys you can at generally any position, quarterback included.
Yeah.
But I also think when it comes to QB, like I'm looking at that portal, man.
Yeah.
Hooker was a portal guy.
If the Jaguar really happened to ball, if he wins the job and he balls out.
But just look at, like I was reading about this Mateer guy at Oklahoma.
John Mateer.
It's the real deal.
Yeah, people are saying, like, watch out for this dude to be the best player in the SEC.
Yeah.
This year.
He could be that good.
Yeah, and a dark horse. And I don't know, man. We'll see. But if he is that good, look at the transfer quarterbacks, whether it's Jalen Hurts or Joe Burrow or Will Howard, these guys that you can win now. I think there used to be a stigma against it. It's like, first of all, a guy's transferring because he couldn't cut it at the first school, and then he's got to learn a new system and all that stuff. And I just think that stigma is gone now.
I think it's better for teams to experience the experienced hand. And that's why I think Aguilar's probably got the upper hand, even though he hasn't been here. He's played a lot of college football.
Yeah, and with the transfer portal, I mean, that stigma is gone, and also the money part of it is out in the open with the transfer portal now. So guys are transferring to get the most money, and people don't really care about what kind of system you're going into.
Getting some what you talk about feedback here.
Uh-oh.
Somebody said that I did say state on Minnesota, which makes me feel better.
Okay.
We'll have to go back and check the tape on this one.
I need to go look at the film.
Dorian is saying he said Mark Stoops instead of Bob Stoops. I thought he said Bob Stoops.
He said Bob Stoops.
I just heard Stoops.
I thought I heard Bob.
Check the tape on it, though.
We go back and check that. Brady says if Joey gets us to 10 wins this year, he will go down as one of the top one-year greats at Tennessee next to Connect and Chaz.
That's probably true. Hey, we definitely need to check, because if he did say If he said Mark Stoops instead of Bob.
Well, that was the second guy. That was Nick.
Okay. That wasn't Rando?
I think. I don't know. We'll go back and check the tape.
All right.
Controversy on day one. Hate to see it.
It happens.
That's the only reason I was saying don't say anything.
Look, I'm
That's
just
how it starts.
I'm here we got to keep the game honest. I want a fair chance for everyone.
We just got to get through it.
Bear's not interested.
Bear's not interested in fairness.
As soon as you introduce the word honesty to the conversation, say Bear's out.
No,
fairness.
I'm not allowed to play the game anymore, but I've been a casual observer of it for years now. You're new to it, and these people will take any small.
What do you mean these people?
Scrap. You know what I mean? People that play the game. It'll damn take over the show.
Reading through some of Tim Banks' comments today on Colton Hood, says we're excited about him, to say the least. Extremely competitive, understands the process of everything that he's doing, and he's fitting into the group, and he's hungry.
I always like it when they call a prospect hungry.
You want a guy who's hungry.
Yeah.
Not literally. We do need to be feeding our players, but competitively.
Yeah, metaphorically.
Yes, we want hungry players. Hungry hippos.
Spot that we need the depth at. Feels like it's kind of the one, outside of maybe the offensive line, it's like the one area where we just don't have the depth, especially on defense.
Banks on managing the secondary with youth and the uncertainty with Jermon McCoy and Boo Carter, says we're mixing a lot of guys back there. We're excited about Colton Hood, Jalen McMurray, and even William Wright at the star spot.
I forgot about him.
He's still on the team?
Yeah, I forgot about him.
That's the kid that was out there against Alabama in 2022, right?
I think so.
At the end of that game?
Yeah.
Everybody's like, who is that, like,
Who is
5'6" walk-on? Is that the same guy?
I don't know if it's the same guy or not.
I'll have to look up. William Wright.
Oh, man.
I mean, I guess he could have been a freshman then, and this would be his senior year. Yeah, he's still on the team. Cool.
You think he's graduated?
Maybe a graduate player, yeah. On the linebackers behind Arian Carter and Jeremiah Thielander, says Edwin Spillman, exactly what we're looking for in terms of coming to work every day. Jordan Burns has gotten significantly better since he's been here. Brendan Ains has shown some things. And then you've got Jaden Harmon and Jaden Perlotti. A lot of Jadens on the team these days. So we're young, but the pure talent is as good as it's been. Tennessee's defensive coordinator, Tim Banks, today talking about some of the kids. Let's get a call from Jamie. Good afternoon, Jamie. You're on the drive.
You guys want to hear some woolly stuff?
What you got?
I think that if we stay healthy, I think we got enough. I think we got enough to put up 10.
No.
To win what?
We can't go enough for what? We can't.
Oh, to win 10?
Yeah.
Okay, to win 10.
I'm with you.
All right, we can win 10 games.
wins on the table.
I mean, the ones across the board are good enough.
We won 10 last year with Nico spraying it all over the park. I mean, we get a quarterback there that can chuck it a little bit, then we'll be okay.
He's a chucker.
It's like Bear said, you get a guy back there who can connect on the deep ball and move his feet. I mean, that's when you really, that's when you're really in tune with what Heupel's genius is. I mean,
you got to hit that deep ball.
Got to hit that deep ball, and you got to be able to move around the pocket a little bit, and maybe tuck it. One thing, my biggest thing I used to say about Hooker was, he would look, and then when he'd make his decision to go, he would go instead of giving it one more glance.
No, he's like, I'll go ahead and pick up a first down here, and we'll restart it.
And he had the talent to do it. But I think a lot of times you watch football as long as we have, Bear and Russ. By the way, happy belated, man. You're getting up there too, ain't you? Body hurt every morning and wonder why?
Yeah, not getting any younger. Coming to grips with the fact that my athletic prime is behind me, well behind me, and just trying to maintain, maintenance, Jamie, I think is the key word here. Just trying not to get any fatter, slower, or more generally hurting.
I feel you, man. I'm currently doing walking laps around Bearden Middle track right now trying to.
Oh man,
trying to
I've
stave off
walked
Father
that
Time.
track many times. I'm
Right.
a Bruin circa early 1990s. Yeah, been on.
Yeah.
Spent many time on that track.
I'm just trying to stay out of the way of the true runners right now. Well, yeah, it's. I think the ones across the board are good enough. When I sit back and look. You know, the true test to look at is where we are on the college football game. I mean, that's really where you want to see how good we're going to line up, and we got talent across the board on there. So that's we got enough. We got enough at receiver. We got enough at running back. The offensive line's going to be as good, if not better. I expect my feeling on our defensive line. As long as Garner's there, we're going to be spitting lead and taking names and getting in the backfield with the front four, and that's what you want.
Look at Sheepy Jamie. He's got his grandkids. He's got a new perspective on life. He's out there in the fresh air, getting some oxygen, getting that blood pumping.
I mean,
that
we do
heart
have
rate
a
up.
decent coach again.
he's a new man. I like it. Sheepy Jamie.
Jamie, these guys didn't believe me when I tried to tell them that was not you on the Feinbaum show last week.
No, I hope I don't look that. Yeah, that's not me. I still got a little bit. My hair's a little longer, but it ain't. I'm not completely witch gray yet. I'm getting there.
Well,
I'm getting there.
Jamie's a lot bigger than that dude. That other Jamie.
But I got to disagree a little bit with Roberto. We all think we're going to feel one way in July. But when you lose a game, in the fall, none of us have ever gone, well, at least we got character. None of us have ever done that. That's just the way, that's just who it is, man. I mean, we beat Florida and we expect to go ahead and win the next game and the next game and the next game. It's, I know exactly where he's coming from though. I know why you want to feel that way. You kind of setting yourself up for not being so good now that our quarterback's bolted. But I try to tell y'all every voluntary reaction last year. I think the guy's a fraud, and I think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see it this year, and we'll be a little bit more honest about it because he's not wearing the power tee, and I can't blame y'all. I've been guilty of that too, but I think the guy's a bust. I think we saw a lot last year, and we were all like, well, I mean, Bear, you guys were saying, well, he's a freshman. And I said, yeah, but he's a redshirt freshman. He's been here. He's been in the quarterback whispers.
We were all jacked up for him last summer at this time.
I was too. I was too going in. But
that
he did
NC
not show
State
it to me.
game. Oh man, we're ready to build the damn statue. Jamie, we got to run, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, Walker. Thank you, Bear. The sleigh headed your way next. We'll do it again tomorrow here on Fan Run Radio.
And you can too. Pick you up a